Yo, I put it like wow, this that sound. These oaks don't work hard like me, I hope they know by now. Bayo Bab, stand my ground. Bro, these money trees go overseas like Percy Tau. I make sure you stay around, quiet when I'm under loud. No negatives allowed, me and positivity took a vow. I always play to win, don't anticipate loss. Mind always in the clown, my boy. Never think about the drop, never ever ever think about the drop.
Okay, so as we all know, James has been on a 1 month challenge that Mbalelo has been paying for. It's been on 3 sessions a week. So James hasn't been the best with his time, right? Which is part of or one of the prerequisites for him to get his sessions paid for by Mbalelo. It's been late a couple of times, etc. But on his last day, I get a phone call, 45 minutes late for his session. Right, he's supposed to be at 5, get this phone call at quarter to 6 to say that he was struggling to switch his car on. Now, that sounds like a missed session to me, but also I do think maybe he could have told me beforehand. But I know that there was a challenge that was set up, and I know that Mbalelo gave certain rules to this whole agenda. So I'm not too sure, but I think you might have to pay Mbalelo back his money.
Welcome to it, sports fans. That is obviously, that's not Brad's doppelganger. That's actually Brad.
2 places at one time.
That's it.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
You can time travel.
You franchised. He's franchised himself.
That's incredible.
On the MKT Show. Brad is here. That was to say that James, obviously, we all know now, he will be poor. Now, I'm not sure how he's budgeted his whole life. It puts James in a situation because his girlfriend's, obviously this is what happens, right? Guys get a girlfriend, his mom's birthday and Christmas presents, they go out the window anyway. And now his girlfriend's present for Christmas has just gotten way worse because he will be poorer, because he will be paying me back 6,000 South African rands, about $500 US. But hey, it's gonna happen, it's gonna get you.
And she's actually moved even further away from it.
not fair, man.
Oh my god.
Just saying.
Brad Phillips here and Senzo Steve. Senzo, what's happening, pal?
Nothing much, my man. It's just, it's raining.
Yeah, it's pouring.
The old man snoring.
Ollie's in.
Bro, don't even. It's
Yeah.
Monday. It's Monday.
So what did you do during the game at 1-0? Because I know you gave up the last time at 2-0. Did you, once that first one went in against City, or your thoughts, actions, where
You missed the first goal.
You missed it. Where were you? You thought you'd avoid.
No, I went to the toilet.
You got back.
What's going on?
Yeah, a man can't even relieve
I was
himself.
like, guys, give me a chance. That's exactly what I said to my brothers. These guys can't even give me a chance.
Where were you watching? At home or with mates?
No, I was with a mate.
Were you sweating like, I'm so glad it's not 3.
Yeah.
Hey, no, bro. No, when the first one went in, I said, 7 minutes. I said, 83 more minutes of this. It's going to be painful.
You can't be late for a Man United game now against the big teams. Because we've seen now what happened last time and now again, 7 minutes, huh?
7 minutes.
Yes,
What it took.
that was, wow.
No, but Aaron, I think Pep forgave us. I think he was like, Shane, this is not even fun anymore. He's like, this is not fun anymore. So many passes City completed.
900 and something, eh?
Bruh.
And you guys, that was a training session.
It was a training session.
We're cones, red cones.
Yeah. Ones that can actually move.
I don't know if they can move.
Why did he play Greenwood? As well as Ronaldo. You've got two guys just standing up front against the best midfield maybe in the world.
Dude, I don't know. I don't know what goes on in Frodo's head.
Frodo. Is that where we are now?
No, it's Smeagol.
Smeagol, Frodo.
Yeah.
All the same WhatsApp group.
Yeah, listen, Ollie is...
He's clueless.
He's in a situationship right now because now what? Like now what? As Man United fans, nothing's good enough from here.
Well, the only thing that is good enough is that
Yes.
we're only 2 positions below Liverpool right now, which is 5 points.
We're still below Liverpool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
We're
true.
behind Arsenal, dude.
Oh my god. You spent £100 million to be Arsenal. Oh my god. James, I mean, obviously you support Liverpool. Often lately it's been ha, Senzo, Brad, whatever, Paolo, United fans. Did you see the Liverpool game?
After Man United and Pirates dived me,
Yeah?
I said, okay, I'm done watching soccer for the weekend.
You wrapped it up.
Well,
eh?
that was one game you wanted to watch though.
Right.
Just watching them lose.
West Ham, eh?
Yeah, and
It's
West,
not going
West
to make
Ham's
me feel better about anything.
A little bit, not even. Sometimes a little better, man. James, did you watch your team? Obviously, Liverpool are now dreadful after that result. You lost to West Ham, and you're basically now Man United, ready.
After one result with Man United.
Well, I don't know about one result. You have lost 7-2 to Aston Villa as well.
How long ago was that?
Wasn't that long ago?
It was this year, bro.
Yeah, that was this
It
season.
was last season.
Yeah, last season, but this year.
It wasn't this season.
Oh, was that? Sorry. It's just Chelsea keep winning so much. I just like, oh, it's weird. It's weird. It's weird that teams are losing and are now third. It's weird.
That-
Guys,
Fourth.
below West Ham.
Below West
West
Ham.
Ham's third.
Oh boy, yes, no, quite right. David Moyes above you guys. You guys should have kept Moyes. Problem is, I've always said this: do not break up with your wife for girlfriend material. That's what you guys did.
Younger version.
And now look how many girlfriends you've been through. You should have just
We're
stayed.
unstable. We're unstable with that chick. Like,
You should have just stayed.
another one.
No, the problem with guys is you get too confident. You know, at Man United, they're that guy who made a little bit of money in his second promotion. Got an old BMW because the Toyota Corolla isn't good enough anymore. Said, I can upgrade it. It's not just stable, but I can upgrade. Meantime, Ooh, Brad, did you watch the whole game, man?
No, I switched on at half time.
Yeah?
Took me 3 minutes. I was like, I can't do this. I saw Maguire trying to play a square pass, dirt. I saw the little hobbits down the middle. I couldn't deal with it. And actually McTominay dragging the ball. They laid him the ball in the middle third, but on our side of the pitch.
Yeah.
And he's dragging the ball forward and then gets kicked from behind and they count on us again.
Yeah.
I couldn't deal with it. Too scary.
Whew. Man, this is wow. And I mean, as a Pirates fan, obviously Chiefs cheating again, doing a Howard Webb. Come on.
Bruh, that's what I said to my one Chiefs friend. I said the EFT came through.
Take the music out.
Because that's not a penalty.
At all.
It's not a penalty.
Guys, there's one team in the PSL and that's Sundowns.
That's
Like
scored-
Pirates and Chiefs, I don't know. They should
scored a
Glad
crack.
Africa Cup, maybe. They should be playing there.
They scored a cracker though.
Sundowns.
Yeah.
Sundowns special, man.
Yeah.
But there's
Yeah.
class outfits, everything
Right.
about it. You know, the ownership. I mean, I'm fortunate enough to know, you know, the son
Yeah, son.
and his father. From, I mean, I've met his father a couple of times. I don't know him, but just everything, how they're moving is like they're
Yeah.
moving
Yeah,
like a
that's-
Premier League team.
Proper. You got 3 head coaches heading up the coaching squad. Like, they're a well organized team.
Yeah.
They're Champions League winners, right?
Yeah, no, they are legit. I mean, what a weekend! And then the Proteas, no good, huh?
No, we don't
Hey,
talk
bro.
about them.
Bunch of choke.
It's
But
so
I've always
far,
said,
but yet so close. Eh?
too fat to be sportsman, you can't win anything.
Yet so far, but yet so close.
Nah, too fat. 5 or 6 of those guys are they just too fat.
Australia lost to Scotland.
That's awesome, isn't it? Does that make you feel any better?
No.
Doesn't. We're a bunch of losers. Our cricket team's a bunch of losers. That's
Don't-
weird.
I took L's all across the board.
Except I'm a ball.
Well, those guys, you can rely on them.
They can, eh?
Time and time again.
We're so brutal. Like, I loved watching.
We bullied them.
We're brutal. It was like, and we didn't play that well, you know? Like, at the end, it was just like, okay, we're too big, we're too strong, you guys are very pasty, we're going to just run over you.
Yeah, all my teams choked. The Lakers blew a 19-point lead.
That's because it's geriatrics, you know? They get tired. Old people get tired. That's what
Yeah.
they do.
It's just, yeah.
Bad times. Tough
Nah,
times never last.
this sport's not good for my mental health.
Are you almost as broke as James at the moment?
Wow.
I'm broken.
Now, okay, that's big time broadcasting by Brad there. James, let's go on to your sort of broke situation. I mean, we will need to make some graphics. Have you given any thought to... Yeah, let's start at the end. I mean, cool movies do that, right? You know where the movie starts at the end and then boom, they flash back to the beginning. Have we thought about the payment plan? What are we thinking there? Have you consulted anybody? Are you already eating beans and toast? I mean, well, what's our approach to making sure that I do get all of my money back?
So, I'm going to use as few words as possible. Before I continue, thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Okay.
I have been James, and this has been fun.
Yeah.
So I made something. Just to make it visual, you know?
Yeah, let's do it.
Creative accounting.
Okay, well, what do we got? So, for those of you listening on the podcast, James has made a massive check where he's obviously scratched out the dollars. It's great creativity here. Listen, once you are in the mire and you go from the emerging middle class to back to the working class, which his mother has worked so hard to get him out of, but you know, because he couldn't take responsibility for his stuff and an Uber isn't a thing for him. You're laughing, James. We're laughing, mate. Hey, we're in the mire. We're laughing.
We're laughing now.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't laughing too much on Friday.
Yeah.
But we definitely are laughing now.
Yeah.
And this check is supposed to represent me paying you back all in one go. There's no, I'll pay you 50% next month. I'm gonna.
But that's a bit rough, isn't it? Or I mean, but I have said to you, you can set the payment clause.
Yeah, I know.
Wow, so you're committing to
Yeah.
that, huh?
This is what I've committed to.
To what? Once off payment?
Yeah.
Hey, this guy's living well, man. 6,000 rand is a lot of money, pal. So do you save your money, James?
Yeah, I mean, it does require me to dip into my savings.
Oh, have you had to move some stuff around?
You sell the Ford.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't working anyway, so.
Scrap heap, huh? Think of all the opportunities. Take taxis now, you know, probably meet all the Zulu guys. I mean, you work with enough of them, so probably learn a bit of Zulu by the time you get here. Guys are a little more comfortable around you, you know what I mean? You guys, you know, can go and have uko loko outside.
You need to know how to kwasa though, at least.
Ah,
please.
whoa.
Please, I want to
grade
see
one
that.
first. Grade one first.
Okay,
We can't
I
that's
agree,
PhD.
grade one.
Okay, so
first.
let's say it is.
Yeah,
Let's
it's
go.
later. So James, now when you get to work, you know, as you get to work with the amount of Zulu guys we have on the set, Senzo, I mean, we've got Sia next to you there. We've obviously got the biggest hater in the studio, Usipo. Now when you get here, James, when do you think you'll be poor enough to start taking a taxi? End of this month? I mean, 6 grand, that's a hell of a lot of money. Now when you get here, hey, Buffett, come on. You're not even saying how's it, Oaks.
It's like this, huh?
Yeah. Hey,
Come, bud.
It's one of those.
come on, Lucky.
Oh my God, Mulolo, you're ridiculous, man. Unbelievable.
But Brad, I mean, let's now that you're here, I broke my heart. You know, Senzo thought, okay, at least I got my money back. And I said, no, I made a loss.
Yeah.
The investment for me was James, you know, seeing it through.
Do you know?
For you, what what are you thinking? I mean, you know, we've been here, a big journey, and like, yeah, just what were you thinking? You're there now.
Is this on Friday?
Yeah.
Or is this today?
No, Friday, and now like
Reflecting.
I just thought it's that emoji like this. It's
Oh,
like idiot.
palm, yeah, face palm emoji, yeah.
Bro, $6,000. All you had to do was pitch up.
Just
Even if
show-
he was late, just
yeah,
pitch up.
that's what it is.
Because you sort of vetoed the late part. Right?
Yeah, because he was late every time from
Yeah.
dance things, and I
So
thought,
all you had to
okay,
do was pitch up and you would be rich.
here we are, huh? James. I mean, it hurts me more than it hurts you.
You're
James.
lying. 6K
It hurts me more than it hurts him.
with the smile on his face.
You know, you hate to hear it. He's my mate. James is my mate. Now, because James, what happens now is, have you already had the conversation with your lady? I mean, you don't need to tell me about the actual conversation, but is she now aware that she's basically getting like the bread packet for Christmas? Have you told her that? Have you told her that part that, you know, you were I don't know, possibly Javianas or whatever, and
That's
now
just like coal in her sock.
that's has that conversation happened, James? Or are you hoping to sort of just keep knocking that one down, maybe get a second credit card, and then just let your problems grow next year?
Just become massively in debt.
Oh,
Is that
can't
what
hear
you're
you,
saying?
mate. Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
No, we cannot hear you. Sounds like you've died.
How about
Oh, no. Don't know what's happening there. James has decided that he just wants... Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. All right, well, I mean, we might as well talk some football while James thinks about it. Yeah, so, Brad, I mean, we can quickly finish this one off.
Yeah.
I mean...
Well, I'll say this. This morning I rocked up at, I think about 5:30 to 6.
Uh-huh.
I rock up. One of the chicks that works with me is like, were you supposed to be a little bit early? I was like, why? It's like, no, the guy that moans a lot here. I was like, where? Went looking, the man's on the bicycle,
Yeah.
pushing it. And she said, she told me that she approached him to be like, why are you here? Whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I'm supposed to see Brad today.
Yeah?
I'm supposed to see Brad, and he was like, well, I think it's a test. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know if this is a test or not, but I'm just going to continue doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I was quite chuffed when I saw that.
So he's so Brad, I mean, James, so you were there, showed up this morning, were you on time? I mean, what was the story there, pal?
I was there at about 10 past ish.
Proud.
Time's supposed to start.
Okay, wait. Were we asking James the question, or like, are we?
Oh, okay, sorry. So sorry.
What are we doing here?
No. You know what, James? Let me tell you something a famous philosopher once said. The questions we ask determine the answers we get. So I've actually let you down there.
Yes.
According to James's standards,
Yes.
were you on time?
Yes.
Okay, and what time was that?
I couldn't tell you exactly. It was somewhere between 5:05 and 10:05.
What are you doing from 4:15 when I phone you? Because that definitely happened this morning. Great chat, by the way. We having cool chat. What are you doing for that 45 minutes where you should have your stuff ready and you should basically just be jumping into your clothes, like sliding like a hot dog down a passageway into your clothes, into your car? What's happening for those first 45 minutes where you could be at the gym at 5? Just out of interest. I mean, I'm not saying you...
I'm genuinely spending those 45 minutes. Actually, no, it's less than 45 minutes, right? Because you wake me up at 15:15.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I have to leave my place at about 1:45 to be there at 5.
But why aren't you leaving at 4:30? Just out of interest. 4:30.
It's never crossed my mind, because then I'll be there at 5:45.
Okay. You're saying that like it's a problem?
We're going down a different road here again.
No, but wait. Are you saying, you don't want to be too early? What are you thinking there? No, just take me into your thinking. Because maybe we can help each other here, you know what I mean? So you're saying, no, that would be crazy because I'd be there at 1:45. And why is that a problem? What are you saying there? It's too early. For the words you're struggling for, is it's too early.
Well, not in the sense of like, damn, that's really early in the morning. I
Yeah.
just mean like that means there's like half an hour
Yeah.
to warm up and stuff, right?
Yeah. Because, listen, when you get there at 2:45, by the way, also, I've worked with you for long enough now. I know how you unwind to get into things. Is you'd probably go upstairs, how's it, Brad? How's it, guys? Then you're going to put your bag down. You've probably forgotten your bottle of water in the car.
You are incorrect, actually.
Oh, so you don't say how's it to Brad at all?
No, I generally arrive and put my bag in the thingy, and then I go like immediately to the place and get the mat and do the things.
Brad? Okay, so what are we thinking now? I mean, let's conclude it. It's your 12 sessions are done. What are we thinking going forward? Are you ready to reveal any plans, or are you gonna go home, think about it, and then take it from here?
While I was crying in the corner of my room this weekend, because of how terrible I felt on Friday, I did put some thought into it. Not gonna reveal any plans yet, but I will reveal something this week.
Okay.
And I do have stuff in place. So, as it currently stands, I haven't confirmed yet. I have to go home first, because there's something I need to check. Anyway,
It's your bank balance, whether you can afford to do it, because you're going to pay me
no,
back in one.
as it stands, on Wednesday and Friday, I'm not seeing Brad this week. That being said, I am doing my own like early morning workouts, like a run and all of the stretching things and the lower calf workouts, because I have the calves of a baby calf.
Antelope, I hear you.
Yeah.
Now, so just so you know, James, there's another little thing. So I have said to James, folks, is that I'll give it until... So we have a half marathon that he's committed to. There's another guy, Paul, he's committed to that. Dean at the gym's committed to that. Now, Brad, I don't know, you've got a tear in your calf.
Yeah, I'll make it.
Okay,
That's not
so
an issue.
Brad might be in the mix. So I'm in the mix for that with the boys. Is we're just going to finish that, right? And by the way, anybody's welcome. But right now, that's the crew. So Jimbo, just remember you got that little thing. I said to James, I'm going to be on your case until that. After that, pal,
Do what you want.
you got a saw, you know what I mean? And then I'd like to think after 4 months of commitment to it, I've done my bit, you know?
I would think so.
Yeah.
It's more than enough time.
Yeah, 4 months, he's got to get into it. And I can make his own choice, you know what I mean?
Well, I just expressed it to James this morning. Just don't look at the big number at the end in Jan,
Yeah.
the 21K.
Yes.
Small, little wins from this point onward. He was on the bike for 15 minutes this morning. That's great. The next bundle will be 20 to 25. He has to get on the treadmill sometime this week or on the road for at least 20 minutes worth of running, and we're just going to slowly increase that.
Because we've got, what, 2.5 months? I mean, it's plenty
That's
of
it.
time.
Plenty.
Plenty of time for a 21K.
Yeah.
Guy like James as well. James, how many kilograms you lost in the month?
I keep forgetting this number. 7 or 8.
Been 7.
7 or 8, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
How you feeling? Like seriously, how are you feeling? Like, can you? Yes, 7 kilograms is a lot of weight. Are you actually feeling that? Like, as you're walking, like you know, as you like bending over, like you didn't realize you're carrying 7 extra kilograms. How are you feeling right now?
So I was feeling great.
Yeah.
Up until like last week-ish,
Yeah.
because that's when the weather here started getting really warm. And so in the evenings, like I wouldn't wear a shirt, which means
Because you look
I
at
would-
yourself in the mirror, flex it
that's-
on him, James. Say, like that.
I was going in the opposite direction.
Oh, okay.
So, with no shirt on, in like the evenings when I'm at home, like I've seen what my body looks like more, right, than I would. So yeah, really great until I saw like last week. There was still like some kind of weight, but I know I'm working on it. So.
Dude, you lost 7 kgs in a month without cheating. Because you know, you're not doing any of the vinegar. You're not doing vinegar. You're not doing none of that nonsense. You're not going to those crappy, like, let's go for yoga. Oh, you'll never heard. My guru's got a green juice from Turkey or whatever nonsense they try and cheat with. Brad, how many of these miracle shakes do people come to you with all the time?
And all of them. As many as there are, they've come to me with it.
There's a very specific brand
Oh, really?
that's known for this kind of stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know of that?
The pyramid scheme again.
Yeah.
We've mentioned
Oh,
many
the
times.
ladies who'll trap you, the
Yeah.
where they've got the best looking girls in Johannesburg, they will trap you at the park where they're doing a workout with people.
They attempted to trap me in my Instagram DMs once upon a time.
Oh wow, when was this? Like now that you've become a savage, or a while back?
Probably like a year ago, I got a DM from one of them.
Jeez, they'll get you, huh?
Yeah.
Did you delete it before your chick saw though?
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. Oh. Now, Brad, you don't realize. Oh no.
I have to hear it now.
Oh wow, James. I mean, we're here now. I mean, we're a sports show, but James, I don't know if you're at liberty to discuss this because I do know your lady watches the show, but DMs are murder, aren't they?
Well, so
I'll let you take it from there, James.
what's a DM?
Okay, all right, you've done very well there. That's smart because this lady actually watches the show.
No,
Very
but
smart.
can I before we move on, can I tell you the story of how it happened? The company that approached me.
Sure, yeah.
So there was this lady that sent me an Instagram DM. And it started off as like or the way she started it off, it was like a friend thing. But I had no idea who this person was.
Okay.
So
Why'd you keep chatting?
No, I didn't. That's the thing.
Oh.
Because I knew where this was going. As you clicked on her little profile, it said Herbalife Ambassador.
Oh, you've said their name now. We might as well be able to say it. Okay, Herbalife, obviously a pyramid scheme that they will... I mean, James, you've said it now. They may take our show down because they are actually, I think, like a $1 billion company or something like that. But, okay, so the Herbalife hot chick, obviously, it's always just like firecrackers. I mean...
It's like the Red Bull girls.
They are... Although Red Bull has maybe let their standards slip. I did see a lady on the weekend. I was like, how are you a Red Bull girl? But anyway, that's because I'm a misogynist. James, so now, okay, Herbalife lady in the DMs. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, you know.
That's exactly what it sounded like.
Yeah. And then, what?
So it was really weird because it didn't start with a, hey, I'm blah, blah from this company. Would you like, and then the whole paragraph of stuff, right?
Yeah.
It was like, start the chat like a normal person.
Yeah.
And I could see that this person followed a couple of my like close mates. So I assumed, hey, sick.
Yeah.
We're increasing the friendship circle.
Vibes.
I was wrong because it took about 23 minutes for this pyramid scheme to come into the conversation, and then I saw where it was
Took him
going.
23 minutes to figure out.
Yeah.
That it was
Yeah,
a pyramid scheme.
yeah, probably that also. I am
could have
quite
been.
dumb.
He's just loving the chat.
Yeah.
On the side check.
Yeah, a little something on the side there. But James, I mean, obviously as a good Christian boy, for you, your intentions were always just to, live by Christian values.
I'm a good Christian boy, dude.
You're a good Christian boy, and you delete your DMs immediately.
Does James have a Skellum phone? I know that's typically South African.
Now, Brad, that's so important that you describe. Please explain what a skellum phone is, because
Skellum?
we have
I'm not trying that word.
What's a skellum phone,
What's a
Brad?
skellum
Okay,
phone?
so-
Tell us.
Within the realm that I grew up being a token white boy
Yeah.
in majority of my teams, majority of the guys had two cell phones.
Yeah.
The good-looking cell phone that their partner would see,
Yeah.
and then that dodgy Nokia 110.
Yeah,
That's
Burner.
the burner.
skellum phone.
Yeah, the-
Skellum phone, the burner.
only two things happen on that phone. One, chat birds up.
Yeah.
Two, play Snake while on the shitter.
Skellum phone, real thing, dude.
I'm a cop in.
Yeah.
Side chick, side piece with
Bro.
a side plate.
That's the one. James, you don't have that, eh?
Nah, dude. Nah.
Now, having said that, I feel it's my duty, skellum phone. It is my duty for every guy, because I'm getting far too many of my friends caught now, and I'm sorry, guys, you got to do this. 2 profiles, please. I'm sick and tired of you messaging me and saying, hey, bro, you won't believe it. I'm sick and tired. 2 profiles. Guest profile, and then you give her the password and let her log into your phone, and now she thinks you're clean, and then you have your one where you're doing your things, even if you're on one phone. I'm tired now. Senzo, I can't have you... I mean, I'm not saying Senzo does this. I'm saying I can't have Senzo phoning me. Bro, my chick caught me.
Are you the go-to guy?
Come on, bro.
Are you the go-to
I
guy?
had another, like,
Confidant.
3 now.
3.
I've got 3 spinning plates right now of this situation. Now, come on, guys.
They're giving you relationship stress when you're not in the relationship.
Thank you. So you get it.
No, I totally get it.
But do you like the spice though?
Not one bit.
No.
My
Just
one
checking.
boy who, I mean, I can't even remember how long. Maybe
Because it's like
15
you're
years.
endorsing this. It's like you're endorsing this now.
I told him, don't talk to me for the rest of the year. Him and his lady have been shut off for the rest of the year. Ngenkon.
For your own mental health.
No, come on, guys. I'm single and I'm aggressively single as well. I'm actively trying to keep it this way. Now,
You're a bachelor.
and now I got my mom phoning me about a situation.
No.
Like I told you, they know my mom. Imagine now, Brett.
No, man. Have you told your mom this story?
No, she knows the story from the mother. From the girlfriend's mother. So my mate, his girlfriend's parents know my mom. Now the mom phoned my mom and spilled the beans. Now my mom's calling me about their situation because I'm not talking to them. Imagine. A man old like me, imagine now.
Oh, that's great.
Now their mother's involved.
Even,
They're involving your mom.
and my mom was here for a week. What did I hear the whole week?
Why did you let this happen?
Well, yeah. Are you going to do anything about it? Talk to him.
What am I supposed to do?
I must talk to a grown man like that.
He knows what he's doing is wrong.
But you see, I don't want to get into right and wrong.
Wrong, yeah.
I
wasn't getting.
I've got so much going on. Like, I've made it clear, always. Number 1, if you're my mate, I don't want to be friends with your chick. If I'm seeing her, it's with you.
Yes.
So, no matter what happened, so I told my mom then, Mom, whatever happened, I don't care if she
none of my
goes or
business.
stays. My mate's staying my mate. That's just my rule. Right, wrong, who am I? Deputy Jesus.
Vice Jesus.
No.
Captain Jesus. Born on Christmas Day. Eh?
No, that's not me. Me, if you're my mate, and I mean, I'm fortunate to have met your lady, but you're my mate. If your lady ever, whatever, Brad's my mate. Me, right and wrong.
You know where your loyalty lies, and that's not gonna.
Hey, right and wrong, you guys must close the
you must
door.
go figure it out.
Senzo and his lady, you close your door, you figure
Figure it
out
out.
right and wrong. After you come out, Senzo's my mate. Ogunye. Ngena.
My man.
You know what I mean? And now my mom's asking me, grilling me. Imagine, and my mom cooks well as well, so there's a little bit of.
They're putting you
Did
in
she burn the food just because of
she
you?
cooked well, now she's also, I'm feeling good now. That's when she asked me, you know what I mean?
Of course.
Oh, they
Do you know what I'm saying? Tracy Bart says, never forget leg day, ever. You don't want to look like Captain Incredible. Now, James, that's some advice for you and me is I am trying to grow my leg size actively. Terrible. What I've got is classic runner's body. Brad will tell you this. Terrible arms, no lats, absolutely nothing upstairs. I mean, I couldn't lift
It's like a bird cage. But you've gotten better. I will say that.
Yeah.
You've definitely gotten better.
Getting better, eh? Yeah.
Literally on the weekly.
Yeah. You know, you got to stay committed. Looking awesome, James. James, you are looking good. I got to tell you the flow. James, what did you do to the hair this morning? Is that conditioning?
I have
It hasn't
no
moved.
idea.
You looked exactly like that this morning as well.
But I did say the same thing to him this morning. I said, dude, what'd you do to your hair?
No, it's conditioner. Well, what conditioner are you using, James? I mean, since you've already buried Future Life and hope possibly buried this channel, because they are massive, what conditioner are you using? What's the story? What's the secret? Do you shampoo longer? Do you conditioner longer? Do you condition and shampoo at the same time? Do you buy the 2-in-1 shampoo conditioner? I mean, these are the questions.
Jeez, so many questions. So what I actually do is it's a good thing that I was in a lot of pain on Friday.
Yes.
Emotionally.
Oh, yes.
Because the tears.
And also physically, you couldn't be in pain because you didn't pitch at the gym.
That's true.
Yeah.
But the tears actually work as a real good,
Condition.
you know, like a wax putty kind of stuff. And that's.
Wax.
This is less funny than I thought it was going to be because you guys are just staring me with blank space.
Yeah, it's like something about Mary vibes.
Yeah. That's yeah.
He wouldn't know it. He's too young to know what that's
He
about.
hasn't seen it. Do you even know who Cameron Diaz is, James?
I do.
Really?
I do.
She was in a movie with a guy called Ben Stiller. You may have heard of him.
Yeah.
A pretty big movie. There's something about Mary. There's a very famous scene in that. Don't worry about it.
Oh, that's it.
Way before a cell phone wasn't just for snake and pooping. Way before that. Way before. Infrared. I had a 6210i, by the way. Probably the first guy in my school at Bryndale Primary School to have that. I thought I was hectic. My dad gave that to me as a second. Did you ever have that? 6210?
My first phone was an Alcatel. I mean, it's sad. I used to type like this. Didn't want anyone to see.
Yeah, those things were massive.
Oh,
The
man.
flip one or the
No, just the brick.
brick one, yeah. And then I got the Samsung, the flip one. I thought I was so
Yeah,
hectic.
I had the little slide function after that. So.
Oh, do you have the Motorola?
No, I actually had the Samsung. It's the little mini dude like
Yes.
this that you could slide open. I rated myself after that.
That's gonna do it. So I used to do the throw it open.
Did you?
Yeah, throw it open. You gotta throw it open. Hello? Look like a businessman. You got no money. You are terrible. No girl wants that guy. You are terrible. All right, folks. Listen, after the break, I'll tell you where I was right, where I was wrong, and we'll talk some social media. And also, hey, let's celebrate this. James is going to pay me back 6,000 Rand in one go. Now, quite smartly, I don't know if anybody picked this up. He has not said when. He just said, I'm going to pay you back all at once. That could be...
The date on the check says 0811.
Oh, let's see the check again.
Guess you could say we need a check.
Check it out! Hey! Come on! Turn it around, pal. Turn it around.
The F is today.
Hey? Yeah, no, listen. Hey.
So you're $6,000 richer today.
No, I don't know. I haven't checked my account. We will see. There it is. That's James's face, by the way. Authorized signature, memo, pumping iron. If you are not with us on YouTube, you need to actually just come and check this out. I don't know what the timestamp would be. But James Jimbo Ilsley, the date is today. He's threatening to pay me back 6,000 Rand. Now, wow. Okay, you've picked that, James. Congratulations. We can leave that on the screen probably for the break. Ladies and gentlemen, James is so much poorer. This is the MKT Show.
Yo, what up, MKT? Senzo, super welcome, James, and Paolo if you're there. It is Saturday. I'm on leave at the moment. I'm in Cape Town. It's actually quite a vibe. Let me see if I can flip this camera. I don't know how to flip this camera. Anyway, I just saw Man United lost to Man City. I'm all for LA. Senzo, I'm sorry for what they're about to do to you on the show this week. Paolo, same thing. I trust you're gonna give them an adequate grilling pains. And I'm thinking of you guys. Got my drink in. Oh, and by the way, biodegradable straws. You know, we are by the ocean here. We're trying to save the turtles because there's turtles in Cape Town. Joburg, get plastic straws. See you Thursday.
That's brilliant.
He's an animal.
What a savage.
What I'm thinking of you guys as he's sitting there.
He's definitely not thinking of us. He's like, I couldn't give a damn about those guys.
He's a piece of work, that guy.
Especially with the weather being what it is today.
Yeah.
You guys have to show that.
And there
He's
he
a
is,
bully.
Ryan, living his best.
He's a bully. I'm so glad he's finally getting some skin on those bones. Or some color rather, not some skin. Sorry.
Tanning, yeah. Bronzing a bit. I mean, you miss bronze.
Yeah, no, he's
The beard, the beard and the skin must look as one.
Well, he is 1/4 Jewish and Irish. So for Ryan, I think he very much, those genes lean towards, I mean, my Jewish friends cannot stand outside for, I mean, it's oy vey immediately once it gets above 28 degrees for a lot of the chayas out there. So, oh, that's tough. That is tough for Ryan. And James, you are obviously in denial. James, you one of those white guys that can't go outside, huh? British, obviously, Ilsley, I mean, incredibly British. You what? You stand outside and you just, what, a tomato, or do you bronze?
No, so my nose goes really red.
Rudolph.
And face?
Not that much actually. I go red initially, but not like tomato red, and then I bronze.
Pasty white guy is a nightmare for the girlfriend because every time she's trying to like swim at the beach or whatever, it's, oh, can't you do my shoulders? Oh, I imagine she's going, this guy. I'm on my way. I'm already on my way to the beach. You know what I mean? Are you the shoulder guy? Oh, yeah, you're laughing because you know what I'm talking about. Babe, my shoulders.
I'm actually terrible with sunscreen. Like I still have to be told to put it on like I'm 10.
But your lady's a farm lady. Hey, she probably doesn't do sunscreen. Afrikaans farm. Hey,
No, pretty often actually.
Really?
Yeah, it gets pretty hot out there.
Yeah, it does. Northwest, incredibly
Hot
warm.
out there for a pimp. Yeah.
Yeah.
For a player.
All right, listen, welcome. Give me that music and we'll talk United. We'll finish off with United, but give me that music. Let me tell you where I was right, where I was wrong this week. Listen, this, boy, oh boy, what a week. What a week in sport. All right, where I was right. David Moyes is perfect for West Ham. And you know what, underdog, that whole thing that works for him. Everton, this time, I've said it before, I was dead right. And they are in the top 3. Are you kidding me? This is insane. And it's 11 games in. Around 10 games, you can kind of tell what they are. They're going to be top 6, right? And they've got some squad depth. So I was dead right. Moyes perfect for West Ham. Where I was wrong, Man United are still in denial. Is that's not good enough. Is what you've got to do there is get stuck in. Is you're not Man United of 99. You can't dominate. Is at the very least, you cannot let Bernardo Silva have 3 touches on the ball in a derby. I saw that too much. Like, you can't allow Rodri 3 touches on the ball. Somebody get a yellow card in that first 5 minutes. Like, it's a derby. You're going to lose the technical battle. Don't try. What are we up to there? They're in denial. Man United on the shirt just ain't enough. Where I was right, Aaron Rodgers is a diva. And you know what? The fact that he lied about and he tried to be clever with his words and not getting the vaccine, saying I'm immunized, it just lets you know what you're dealing with. And now all of the players that have complained about him, Aaron Rodgers, he's got some family stuff. Listen, we all have family stuff. But Aaron Rodgers, difficult guy. You can't have that much invested in a guy and he's not a leader. Listen, the NFL is brutal. And I cannot believe he lied about getting a vaccine. And now it's put his whole team in a situation. Jordan Love couldn't get them done. Of course, Patrick Mahomes doing the goods. Where I was wrong. Listen, John Stones is proper, right? Some guys need to be in that they constantly need to be pushed. John Stones is proper. You saw what it was on the weekend. Ball playing, those tough tackles as well. Cristiano Ronaldo is the very best of all time, right? He's in that rarefied air. John Stones all over him, and the ball playing sensational. Where I was right, I said it when they bought him that Harry Maguire's not good enough. But come on now. Like Man United, that you can't make him your captain as well. Like, sorry, Maguire, nowhere near it. Where I was wrong, hey, Mikel Arteta's turning it around. He's got a good squad. He's playing a good football. And Arsenal they're fifth. They're doing it. Great black hair. I think he dyes it. I'm not sure. But Arsenal are on the return. Where I was right, OBJ is the Paul Pogba of the NFL. Is that, listen, the hype is actually bigger than their ability, right? Once you take away the hype and the kind of Instagram brilliance is, you've got someone mediocre. Part of being good enough, and Brad will tell you this, and I can tell you firsthand, I'd say 90% of being good enough, the technical ability, whatever, like you should be that when you get to that level. The rest is dealing with the pressure. That's actually what makes you good enough. Football, there's lots of talent at that level. They're all talented at that level. Are you willing to absorb the pressure? And OBJ, I mean, come on. Where I was wrong, Real Madrid are second with a game in hand, and they are going to walk this La Liga. They are going to walk La Liga. I love David Silva, you know this, but Sociedad, they're not going to do anything. I mean, come on. Where I was right, Barcelona are built on flair, and I've always said to you, do not build life, do not build anything around flair. Memphis, Ansu Fati, Dembele, and De Jong are the main players. Well, what do we do? That's not how you win. Think of the great Barcelona team, right? Is Puyol, right, at his peak, Valdez, Savages, Piqué at his absolute best, Busquets at his absolute best, and Xavi, a nasty bastard, actually. So you build it on that, and then you sprinkle Ronaldinho and Eto'o, and now it's all soft. Like, what's happening at the back of Barcelona? You can't have flair as the core of your team if you want to win. If you're a Man United fan, you remember it was built on steel, and you sprinkle Ronaldo in there. Where I was wrong, the Bucks do have some depth. Listen, Herschel Yankees, I'm afraid, is not good enough to be in the Springbok team, right? He's not good enough. Number one, he can't pass off the deck, and I cannot have a scrum half who has to take 2 steps. The double step at number 9 cannot happen. If you don't believe me, just go and watch the last 25. You know, watch the second half. Because when Yankees comes off, Kobus Reinach comes on, and finally now, because we dominated the whole game, but when your number 9 gives you direction, right? And part of the direction is pinpoint passing off the deck, especially if you're doing first phase ball to forwards, is that has to be pinpoint so that the forwards are moving with the ball forward. Herschel Yankees, no clue, directionless. But we've got some depth because that's actually our third scrum half. And Kobus Reinach changed everything. Go and watch when that game turned. When our number 9 and our general changed everything. I was dead wrong. I've always been worried about the box depth outside of the forwards. But I'm excited about what I saw because the box actually played. They played badly.
Badly, we played absolute garbage. But you're right about going back to OBJ. OBJ, do you know OBJ wasn't serious? When he was playing an NFL game wearing $1 million Richard Mille,
Yeah.
I was like...
It's not it, huh? But listen, some guys are in it for that. You also have to accept, Brad, you know when you were there, is not every guy is Shannon Sharp. Not every guy is Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Like, some guys are in it for the lifestyle.
Yeah.
And I think OBJ, that one catch that he made, people said, oh, that's him. And then you look at the numbers, actually, you know, and I had to make the Pogba comparison, but again, when you've taken away the protection from Paul Pogba, at Juventus he was so babysat.
It was.
Pirlo, Vidal,
Marchisio,
Chiellini, I mean that's...
But even at France, I mean, Matuidi and Kante were doing the dirty work.
So when that happens, and then you take that away, then you get to who they really are. OBJ, he thought he had... Listen, he left New York and he thought to himself, let me show these guys.
But the thing is, as well, with speaking about the derby, I mean, you're right. Can't go toe-to-toe at City. That's where you get blown apart and you end up conceding 8. Get blown apart. You're right. Somebody needed to get a yellow card. Guys, kick these guys.
Early.
Kick.
I'm saying, like, Brad, early on, you know, in football, they say that first tackle, even especially for you, you were a left back, is that first tackle, you get him on the ankles.
Right, you catch him as early as possible. If I was somewhat involved, I'd try and catch him in the warm-up. Not just...
Yeah, but
you can't...
It was soft.
The part of the denial was that you could absorb City pressure.
Well, especially, yeah, definitely. There's no ways they could, but you got Bernardo, what's his name?
Silva,
yeah.
yeah.
With a guy like him, it's very slight,
Yeah.
not the quickest soak around. Someone had to jump on him as early as possible.
Quickly,
Just
bro.
instill a little bit of fear, a little bit of doubt,
Yeah.
and then see what happens from there.
But, it's just, it made no sense. Rikus Swart says, I've had it with Ollie. We are totally outcoached when we play against the bigger teams. For a moment, I thought that United was going to ask the ref for a ball as City was playing with the other
Honestly, bro. Honestly, it was bad, dude. Like you were watching. Bro, I swear there was a spell for 5 minutes where we didn't touch the ball, and we're just watching blue guys just.
Yeah.
It was nice.
And they were doing it, yeah?
I was like, yo, it's nice to be a City fan, eh?
It doesn't make sense, Oaks. You're Man United. And, like, the thing is...
I'm sure Oaks coach themselves now. They don't care. They don't listen to Ole. I'm sure Oaks switch off now.
But you know what, Brad, and you're the best person to speak to this. It's like, there's also... I was telling the guys last week when we were at the School of Excellence and Skrima Shabalala came to us. And he said, gents, once you cross the line, you're alone. I've done my work. Like, at that level, you got to feel the game.
Yeah.
Like, you have to feel, okay, no, these guys are...
They're
let's
all
put
over
a
us.
foot on, like, somebody, you know what? And it can't be Ronaldo, right? Fred must sacrifice himself. Go and kick stones, because it's starting there.
Yeah.
Go and put a foot, get the yellow. Now there's some conflict, and you slow the game down.
Yeah,
to
now you've disrupted their rhythm, because now they're gonna think twice now instead when they're holding the ball with 8. These guys they're here to hurt us.
But I just don't understand how you've got a team that keeps the ball so well, but yet you drop off so much.
Honestly.
You keep allowing them to do what they do.
Exactly.
And then
it's not tight. People aren't tight. It's just like, have the ball.
And then you take off your one of your centre backs. You play 3 in the back.
Yeah.
And then you just let them come around you on the sides. I don't get it.
Bro, but that goal, that Bernardo Silva goal, you're right. Luke Shaw and Harry Maguire, gents.
No way.
David De Gea, kick the ball out.
That's when you want a Peter Schmeichel just to come and elbow someone in the head, grip Fred from his scalp,
Yeah.
chuck him off the pitch. You just want someone to instill a bit of like fire. And Ollie tried that. He told the guys to get out early or whatever. No, it has to come from someone on the pitch.
The locker room manages itself.
That's it, man.
We know this, especially when you want to win. Like, if you want to be mid-table to 17th, fine. The manager must be constantly pumping you up.
Yeah.
Those Sharks, Chelsea teams, Man United
100%.
teams. Roy Keane had that thing.
But you still, the top 1% of the top 1%, you don't actually need the coaching. You should know what you need to do.
Honestly. You're right. Actually,
You're not going to tell the top CEOs
yeah.
around the world, oh, listen, I actually think you need to follow this game plan. No, they need to steer the ship.
100%.
Because, Bulele, you're actually right, because you can feel the game.
You have to at that level.
Guys, we're nowhere. Gents, we haven't touched the ball for 5 minutes. Guys should have just they should have left their boots. They should have just bought tackies.
Listen, guys, for me, it's so simple. We had whenever I played, we had an enforcer.
Yes,
when we
stop
out of the
nonsense.
game-
You call him stop nonsense.
And also, there's like little things you can do, right? When the City are a rhythm team,
Yeah.
somebody should be talking to someone. Ronaldo, go down, grab the ankle, because you know what then happens
Disruptive.
is now we're communicating. As he comes on the field, the physio is take your time. Let the fans boo and it gets ugly because City are all over us. Stay down. Now Ronaldo must. In fact, with the physio, you take the long way off, even if you get the yellow.
Yeah.
These are
totally worth
smart
it.
things.
You slow the game down.
But that must, you got to feel the game. Those top players know that. Brad, we did this in under 13, 14, 15.
Exactly. But the thing is, dog, that's where I get so lost, because these guys are getting paid millions of pounds and they don't know.
They're the best footballers ever, these guys, right? They're the finest athletes. It's like how much training? 10, 15,000 hours they did before they stepped into a United shirt?
Yeah.
Easily.
These are the things, the idiosyncrasies. This is what they teach you in on the other side of football. Not just playing Brian Dale against Brian Evan primary school. When you start to... Brad will know better than me. He had the finest coaching in the world. They teach you these little... They call it the dark arts.
Yeah, you see exactly that. Yeah.
Manage the game. Because football's about emotion. Football is an emotion sport more so than anything else. What you want to do is get the fans booing. You know what I mean, Brad? Like, is nobody thinking? Like, where's Ollie in that moment? You say to the physio, stand there, guys.
Stand there, yeah. Ronaldo, go down.
But he's also the sweetest bloke that ever lived, right? Old Ollie, the baby face assassin.
Yeah.
There's no ways he'll do it.
Do you remember when Benny McCarthy got injured? I don't know if you remember this moment, and I'll never forget it. John Mosono was the coach, and Benny was about to get a red card for whatever reason. Benny was lying there, and Jomo said, "Hey, lie down," and he got caught on mic. He said, "Lie down. This ref's gonna give you a red card." Like, okay, Jomana, I get it. Let's see, scoundrel. The great Alex Ferguson. Even this,
Yeah.
that's a part of the manner. Because what Fergie is doing, he's managing the ref there.
Yeah.
He's not doing it for. He's doing it. The fans can see him now. The ref can see that.
But he knew what he was doing.
I guess Mourinho used to do that as well, right?
Of course.
Take the attention away from those that can't do it, and you put it on himself. He wanted the pressure.
And now you're trapped because now Conte is gone. Now Eddie Howe's gone.
Yeah. Nah, don't worry. Poch is getting canned soon.
Pochettino.
They're gonna can him soon.
You reckon?
They're gonna can
Would
him.
you take him?
I'd take him.
Is that a solution, Brett?
I'd take the water boy, to be fair.
Honestly.
But I mean, a problem like United are in now is that it's not just Oli. How many of those coaches have to go? The whole thing.
Whole backroom stuff.
But
the thing is, my thing is that Mike Phelan should know better.
see, but the thing is, you can't put on Phelan because he was just part of a great system. You got to remember is Fergie Queiroz, who's the Dutch guy that Rene. I think.
Yeah, Rene.
Now you're talking about Phelan's plugging into that now. It's because everybody thinks Phelan was a part of it. Is guys, there are generals and there are sidemen. Phelan he's never been that guy. I mean, look at what happened with Steve Clark. You remember when he was Ancelotti's guy, going to every club, winning? Guys said, "Whoo, where's he then?" We must all know our roles. Is that I don't care how great Mark Phelan. Now, legendary player. I'm not reducing what he is, but we must remember what he was. He was not Alex Ferguson.
Yeah.
Look at the guys who left. Steve McLaren.
Yeah.
When Fergie, remember, everybody thought genius young man at Manchester United.
Yeah, give him the England job.
So Phelan, I'm sorry, some people are part of the success of the head honcho.
But my thing is that, if Fergie's involved still, right? He must just give Ole his book and say, "Listen here, my son, I've been saving this thing for you." But like clearly, but also this thing of, you're right. Also this thing of Sir Alex Ferguson coming to games and watching, like it's also that thing needs to go.
You think he can't come?
No, I mean, he shouldn't, bro.
Brad, and what do you think of that?
Well, he is Man United, right? He's the focal point. If he doesn't pitch up, everyone's gonna be like, okay, something's seriously wrong here. I don't know, maybe he needs to boycott. I don't know.
No, but he's right.
Maybe Kathy should come.
Yeah, Kathy say, "Listen, you're old now, dude. Stay at home."
Yeah, these guys are stressing you.
Yeah,
You're already having a heart attack.
look, you're already, and he's looking rough these days, eh?
Yeah, he's like, we can't buy enough wine, Alex.
Yeah. That's because you guys are stressing the guy out, bro. He said, "This is 20. How long did he give you? 27 years,
bro." And then people are like, "Oh, David." I'm like, guys, David De Gea, dude. He said that it should have been 7 in the first half.
Hey, upside. Your centre backs have incredible shooting accuracy. I mean that's the upside, right? That's the takeaway for United.
See that finish?
That's quality finishing. But who was the other one? Lindelof as well.
Yeah.
That forced that save from De Gea. So that's top notch. I mean, your centre backs, maybe play them at striker. That's what I'd do if I was Man United.
Jeez. We already have too many strikers though.
But also, you're right. That Greenwood, why are we starting Greenwood?
I love Greenwood.
But not for that game, Chief. Now you've got 2 guys that's.
Balale.
They're always in that half. They don't give a damn about tracking back.
Brad, that's got to make you mad. Hey, Brad, what's on the cards this week at the gym? You got just some clients. You got what are we up to? I'll see you later this week.
Have you set your diary yet?
I have not yet. I got some stuff cooking. Maybe tomorrow.
I'm so glad you changed the subject from Man United.
Honestly, bro.
Yeah. But Brad, we pumping iron this week, huh?
Yep.
But
how many more days?
So I got 20 days. In 20 days, I will be running 100 kilometers on a mountain in Cape Town.
Amazing.
That's gonna be.
And you're doing well though.
Getting there, huh?
Yeah. I think just before you go, you'll be able to hit that little mark that we've tried to set for you. It's 200 watts for a designated time period.
That watt bike is murder. James, you been on the watt bike?
Dear Lord, give me strength.
Yeah, it's something else, huh?
It does. I said to Brad this morning, actually, I can't feel my quads.
No, the watt bike is unforgiving. It is so brutal. But Brad, he loves it. This guy, sadistic, wrong. But hey, you gotta
I prefer it to like running for 20. I would rather cycle for like 15 minutes than run for 15 minutes.
You have to run for a little bit longer than that, James.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Well, that was just an example.
I know what you're saying. You prefer that.
Yeah, I prefer
but it's not
long distance.
I mean, what is this? your second year anniversary. Well, what are we doing here?
What's happening?
What I prefer. You know what I mean? Like, you know, on your second anniversary.
James would prefer wearing wheelie shoes and holding onto my shorts while I run
true.
up a hill.
It's true. It is true.
If you could, you would, right, James?
Brad, don't be silly. I'd rather piggyback.
Ah, there we go.
Incredible.
Well,
and you are 7 kilograms down, so that wouldn't be too bad. By the way, Brad, big quads, this guy, footballer.
So he's
left
got
back.
me covered, huh?
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, listen, have you seen that hill outside the gym?
Jeez, you've done it.
I have done it, and oh my god.
Wait, which heel?
Yeah. All right, you'll learn about it soon. Don't you worry. Yeah. Now that hey, Brad. Now that
We're giving you a month, James.
we've got to do. All right, Brad. Good stuff, bro.
Cool.
I'm
Thank
looking
you,
forward to
guys.
seeing you this week.
Yes.
Thoughts and prayers. Senzo, tough times never last.
Yeah.
Only if you're a Manchester United.
But like, you know, I'm reading something very, very interesting, right? And it's this one guy says Alex Ferguson has too much say in that club. That's the only reason Ollie's still in the job. If Fergie poked his nose out, the board would get rid of Ollie. Keane says Roy Keane says what he wants because he fell out with Sir Alex Ferguson.
Yeah.
All other ex-players are still pals with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, so they can't really say anything.
Yeah.
So it's a bit. You know when you're rubbish and everybody knows it, but then they're too scared to touch it to your face.
Oh, it's problems like the trust fund kid who's on drugs. You know, they just keep paying for him, get him an apartment in Camps Bay. That's what they do in South Africa. That's what the rich kids do. They go hide in Camps Bay, but you're still terrible. And then they give you 50 grand a month or whatever. That's what's happening with Ollie. You guys are enablers. Manchester. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, if you're joining us for the first time on YouTube, please subscribe, like, share, subscribe. Welcome if you're joining us for the first time. This is the MKT Show. Spike Valentine on the other side. There's a guy who is doing all of the things from Austria. He did it last night in Mexico, where I think Salma Hayek, he's from Mexico. Probably not, huh, Senza? Now that's racist, presuming just because she's Spanish, she's from Mexico. You see, if you guys had said that was racist, that was your moment. But I'm not racist. I'm just saying.
Well, the racist people don't have to say they're not. I mean, people aren't racist. Don't have to justify that they're not racist.
Salma Hayek's just saying, yesterday, Max Verstappen, he come, he do the race in the Grand Prix, and I'm in a movie. I'm in a movie with my friend Halina Holy. It's the MKT Show. I've never shot my girlfriend in the foot, and I'm not a racist.
One of those statements is not true. Yeah, one of those is not true. I wonder which one.
Robin Badger says, "Hey James, I'm from Cape St. Francis. Do you guys own the restaurant on the beach in J Bay?" Now, James. Okay, James, do you care to answer that? Because Robin does live there.
Just to do some what's it called, self-promotion, self-marketing.
Not really self. I mean, you don't own the restaurant.
So just to do some PR and promotion marketing stuff.
For the fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is the one on the beach in Jeffreys Bay, but there's two on the beach as far as I know.
Okay. Well, what's the one we support?
We support Die Val Skipper.
Die Val Skipper. Ah, smart, because they're from the Val.
No.
Oh, what is?
No, it was named that before.
Oh, they just came in there and said, "Hey, your food's terrible. Get out of here."
It's been named that for like 25 years.
But that's what I'm saying, is did your parents come in, "Hey, you guys are terrible. All the cooks must leave. We're here now."
No, they actually kept most of the staff, actually.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because they're good people.
Like me, apparently.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
okay. I mean, I'm single. I don't really get involved in emotional stuff.
Straight away. You're
I'm a
not
victim.
you're not sympathetic, you're not empathetic, you just...
No. well,
You're stone cold.
no, in that situation. By the way, Spike Valentine is here. Spike, welcome.
Thank you. Nice to be here. Again.
Nice that you're here. But he put me in a situation there now, because now he goes there. What must I do now? Get feely...
So let's say your kid... So let's say you're a father now.
I don't do hypotheticals, but let's get into it.
You're a father now.
Yeah.
Your kids also feel a puppy. You're going to tell them to get the hell out of here.
Kids get puppies too early because parents let kids get away with too much. It's like...
I'm sensing something here that you asked for a puppy when you were a kid and you never got one.
Oh no, I definitely got one. It was just a Rottweiler. By the way, if you live in Dainford, shout out. I understand that you can now have a pit bull, but my pit bull did rip the head of the annoying dogs next door.
That's what pit bulls are for.
Yeah, it ripped the head off because what happened was, not Doberman, what's the fat Doberman?
Rottweiler.
Sorry.
Fat Doberman. What's the fat Doberman?
It's like calling a rhino a fat unicorn.
What's the
Well, you guys understood in that.
Yeah, I know, because a Doberman and a...
Yeah.
No, it's a fat Doberman. Anyway, this fat Doberman would be digging under the fence, but it belonged to the neighbors, and we were like, "Fix your fence." Anyway, boom, boom, boom. Then their dog's head got stuck under the fence.
Oh, Jesus.
And then...
Oh, wow. And then it was mealtime.
Well, we had a pit bull. And so, no. My dad was all... But my father was... Absolute responsibility is yours. There's no...
Yeah.
And none of the people who work at home are going to be... If you wanted the dog...
It's yours.
Whereas most parents don't do that enough. They let kids
okay.
get away with murder. So... And then the puppy
You
suckers.
got away.
You got away with murder. Well, your dog did.
Your dog did.
Well,
You were an accessory to murder. Let's put it that way.
F around and get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Get capped.
You got
Got.
Now, I did have to put the rough down. It was tough at the time, but in the end, worth it. Annoying neighbors, never talk to us again and fix the fence immediately. I mean, it's gonna happen. Don't be annoying. Don't be annoying. And I'm sorry, I felt nothing for them.
Did you have white neighbors?
No. What's the correct term? What happened? You know when you make tea and then you put some milk in there, but it doesn't go all the way creamy.
Okay. I get what.
Because there's coloured, there's mixed race.
No, I don't get where you're going.
Well, I don't know what to say, coloured or mixed race.
No, depends because
No,
Where you-
well,
depends
they were
where
South
you-
African.
If you're in South Africa, you can say cut.
you can say colored because colored is I think we're the only country
Yes.
where the word colored is a race.
Yeah.
So but if it's a black person or a white person, guys, please actually let's get this out the way
PSA.
now.
Okay, let's do a PSA. Yeah.
If there's an interracial couple,
Yes,
and
mixing
they
the
make a child,
Yes.
so let's say a black person and a white person,
Yeah.
and they make a child. That child is not colored, guys.
What is it? What is it?
It's mixed race.
No, fair enough.
No, let's just get that out the way.
Okay, I'll use that.
No, it irritates me. No, you're colored.
You coloured.
But the dad is black and the mom's white. No, idiot.
It is a bit tricky in South Africa though, because you do like for our international listeners, coloured people have the coloured community has a distinct accent in South Africa.
Distinct accent, distinct culture.
But then every now and then, old Ryan will come up Hasenix. Turns out he's got a white dad, and then I don't know whether he's coloured or mixed race. You see where it gets
See, like
confusing?
Trevor Noah's not colored. He's
No, but
mixed race.
That's why it sounds like a gent from the northern suburbs. Right, before we get into Formula One, in case you missed it, ENCA, Oscar Pistorius, preparation for victim offender dialogue. Now, what are we talking about there?
So he's eligible for parole now.
Boy, oh.
So he has to have. So he has to meet with Reva's family and.
He's eligible for parole?
Yeah, served half of his sentence.
Half of his 8 years.
Well, it's 13, but
So
he's eligible for parole now.
what's he doing? Moving to Switzerland, hey? Criminal record,
Well,
can you move? He's rich enough.
he's rich enough,
His family's
but-
very rich.
Didn't he spend all his money on lawyers though?
Oh, yeah.
No, his
yeah.
uncle, apparently his uncle bailed him out.
That's what he said,
No,
hey?
no
No,
pun
but
intended.
he said he had to sell his house because he had to claim that,
yeah.
right? Go victim.
Who would buy that house?
Honestly.
Who would buy that house?
Wait, well, I've never understood that. What do you guys believe in? Ghosts?
No.
No, but
Paint
still.
the house.
No, it's not that simple. Like,
Yeah.
you know some ish went down here.
Yeah. And then also, you got a whole bathroom to remodel.
All right. Let's get
Well.
to that. All right.
Well.
I'm sorry, I had to
No,
have that
no.
conversation because it's eating into the Formula One time.
And it's not too soon, to be clear.
But do you know which people milk it? It's probably the neighbors. Actually, do you know you used to live next door to me, bro? They probably.
Well, sorry, Spike. You know how people are.
Yeah.
I always suspected it.
Oh, yeah. I always knew there was something going on there.
So did you, Michelle?
Yeah.
Did you, Danny?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
You should have seen, like, they still go in separate cars and stuff.
yeah, and sometimes he would scream to her. I didn't want to say anything. Get the hell out of here. Hey, Tandy, goss.
Hey,
Yeah.
goss. The hot goss.
All right, where there isn't any gossip.
Sipping the tea.
Yeah, no, they love it. They do love it, especially in those types of places. Mexico yesterday hosted a Grand Prix. Yes, people didn't know that. And it was muy caliente, as they say, from lap 1, turn 2. Muy caliente immediately. If you haven't seen the highlights, obviously go to the best app, the F1 app. Spike, yesterday's racing, incredible. But before that, I mean, you said something to me before the show, and you sent it to me, is that we saw Verstappen qualifying on the second row, which it was like, okay, but turns out not the worst place to be.
Yeah, it's first of all, everyone was surprised. Red Bull was surprised that it was kind of obvious why they ended up on the second row because of the whole surprise that Tsunoda delivered in front of Perez, who's then surprised Verstappen. But after the race, Verstappen came out and said, well, he wasn't quite sure where their pace was in qualifying. Mercedes came out and said, well, they weren't expecting to be on the front row. So it was surprises all around. But yes, the second row of the grid is not a bad place to be at all because, we've seen it a few times over the years in Mexico. You got a kilometer before the first corner. So there's plenty of time to build up a really nice slipstream, especially from P3. If you get the line right, you're on the outside and into that first right-hander, you've got the line. And Verstappen executed it absolutely perfectly. at Mexico City was unbelievable. It was such a
he never looked
phenomenal
back.
start, and that was it. Once
And
he was
he
there,
never looked back.
it was his race.
But I mean, I was listening to the commentary, and they were saying, geez, he had some work to do there because he had to. He brought it. He came in hot there, and he had to trust his wheels and the brakes. That he had to time the braking perfectly because he was motoring.
Yeah, and the exact opposite of how, or the opposite of him was Ricardo, who got it wrong, who went in a little bit too hot.
Yeah.
Locked up, still managed to collect it in the second phase, but was then by then, the space was shut down. He took out the most unfortunate driver in history, Bottas.
Yeah.
Who started on pole and finished basically
15th.
right out of the points.
Nah, that guy must go cleanse. I'm sorry. Bottas needs to go do a hazing ceremony. Nah, it's like not like
Out
that.
there, boy.
No, not like the from. Bruh, I'm sure. Bottas is like what? Why?
No, he's had one of the worst seasons, I'm sure, of his life. I mean, if just look at his luck in the pit stops.
Yeah.
I mean, yesterday was another example of a slow pit stop for Bottas, which just put any kind of hope that he had of scoring any points in the bin. It's his third slow pit stop, properly slow pit stop of the year. How many has Hamilton had?
None. He's knighted and doesn't pay tax.
Yeah, I mean, he's and as well as that, Bottas is. I mean, he had the crash with George Russell in Imola. He was the cause of the incident in Hungary that took a lot of people out, and yesterday he got punted out by Ricciardo. So the poor guy just has absolutely no luck.
You see that tweet? That tweet was for the sponsors. I'm sure he wanted to use more colorful language.
So Valtteri Bottas says no points in Mexico. Disappointing race today. Got hit in first corner, and even if I tried it all, I could not make it back to the points today. Just not my day. We take the learnings and let's come back stronger in Brazil next week. I tell you what's happened there. Valtteri Bottas has done exactly what more footballers need to do. He's clearly let somebody else type that. Because
most definitely.
A competitive person at that level is
F-bomb everywhere.
every single middle finger emoji you can get, and he's actually calling out Danny Ricciardo in Italian and Australian and English.
And Finnish.
Yeah. Which he failed to do, finishing the points.
Valtteri,
come on.
that's gonna happen.
But yeah, bro. No, you're right. That's great. I told you that was for the sponsors.
Smart.
Exactly.
No, that's someone who's thinking. He's thinking long term? I'm pretty good. I'll win in 5 years. I hate my life right now.
Yeah.
Because honestly though, if he was managing his own social media, this would have been it.
But I also think this is a template tweet because
Yes.
you could just say disappointing race today, and then reason for disappointment, got hit in the first corner. He just replaces that every so often, going, oh, I crashed into George Russell. Oh, I had a slow pit stop. And then even if I tried all I couldn't not make it back to the points today, just not my day.
But do you know what?
Tweet.
Do you know what that slow pit stop? Do you know what I've done? I'd have taken the helmet off and said, you know what?
No, you can't, man.
You guys don't love me.
In your it's in your,
It's like this in the car.
Your contract is staying in the car until we say it's okay to get out.
I'd have pulled out the steering.
You know what he needs to do is he needs to sit down the whole team with Lewis there and say, all right, guys, family meeting.
Yeah, well, come
Close
on,
the
guys.
doors.
Close the doors. What the hell?
Yeah,
What's
clearly
going on?
me.
Yeah.
Clearly you guys don't feel me. What did I do?
Yeah.
Did I take somebody's coffee? Like, what?
Is it a knighthood?
Did I steal someone's lunch out of the fridge by mistake?
Yeah, whose food did I take? Whose food did I take?
Yeah.
Is this all coming from Toto?
Yeah.
Toto, you know as well.
No management.
Oh, just
Lewis,
in-house.
take a seat.
In-house.
Gentlemen, what happened?
What happened?
You've got to include Toto, because Toto has also occasionally during the season said things like, oh, well, the reason the pit stop went wrong was because, Valtteri came a little bit early. The pit stop crew made it, they cocked it up, but no, it was Valtteri's fault.
Toto, what have they told you about me? Seriously,
Yeah.
guys,
Come on.
this is evident now.
Yeah.
You guys aren't even pretending anymore.
And I didn't take the sandwich, Toto. It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
Because something's clearly no. Listen, that is unfortunate. I mean, at this level, you don't want to put Lewis in this position either, because you're supposed to be a team, right? Is to put some pressure on Red Bull. I mean, also it costs Lewis from a tactical point of view. Is the last thing you want to do is now this Austrian kid who's just. He's driving like a madman around the track. You need some help from
Sorry,
your team.
who's the Austrian kid?
Oh, where's Verstappen from?
He's from
Holland.
He's from the
Yeah,
Netherlands.
609.
I thought he was born in Austria.
No.
Born in Belgium, I want to
No, Red Bull's from Austria.
say. Well, Red Bull's from Austria. Anyway,
No, Lando Norris was born in Belgium.
yes, okay, yeah. So it's all rich kids playing with cars.
Yeah, pretty much.
But now, he's just a tearaway, and he's getting help. I mean, who's the
Checo Perez.
Perez.
Perez is doing making the parts. He came third.
Yeah.
So now we're putting team pressure. Lewis is out here going,
What?
I'm by myself.
Lewis is in the same. Yeah, Lewis is in the same position this season as Max was last season. Like, where's the help?
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing this all myself, and it shows now because Red Bull is, I think, 1 point behind Mercedes in the constructors.
Yeah.
So there's a real chance that Red Bull could end up with a double this year, which at the beginning of the year was, most people would have said, not a chance.
Oh,
This
my
is not
boys.
good.
My boys Ferrari.
This is not good. Spike, this is not good. I mean, Lewis Hamilton he's hating this. I mean, so we're looking at the driver standings now. Before we talk about Verstappen, so 312.5 points. Now, I don't get the half point thing. Like, can we just do away with that? We don't need a
Round
maths
up
degree.
one.
Yeah.
Let's round up.
You gotta do something for that for those events like what happened in Spa where there was a race but not a race, so everybody got a half points.
But can we not just make it one?
Yeah, round it off.
No, because you gotta divide the points in two. So you can't say, oh well, first place is 25, but now it's 12.5, which is actually 13, because the guy who got 12 points doesn't get that extra. He doesn't get rounded up. He gets 6 points flat. He doesn't get rounded up to the next
Well,
point.
that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Just hard. It's not that difficult. It's basic arithmetic. It's 0.5. It doesn't matter.
Round it up.
Doesn't make sense. Well, I need a maths degree now. I mean, I love this sport.
Oh, my
Obviously, I'm a
word.
racing aficionado. I mean, Bottas now is out of the mix, right? At 185.
Yeah.
Like everyone else. Listen, I'll tell you where it puts him now as well. Now, as we're looking at the points, is that Perez guy is coming.
Well, no, I mean, theoretically now there's 107 points total available. That's the most anyone can score now, from now till the end of the season. So it's Verstappen and Hamilton. That's who's in the running. No one else.
I meant for third to finish third.
Oh, to third, yeah.
Like
Period.
Bottas doesn't want that. There's probably a paycheck in that as well.
absolutely.
There's a bonus.
There's
for
bonuses, yeah.
Coming third.
Yeah.
Coming third in Formula One is one of the greatest achievements you can have on this planet. Everyone here gets paid, guys. Like, he needs. Honestly, if I'm Bottas, I'm shutting the door and say, everybody here is getting paid, guys.
We're all winning.
Or did somebody not get the SMS with the EFT not land? Because what is going on? Guys? No, it must be infuriating.
It is frustrating. I get his frustration. He just looks like when things are so bad.
Yeah.
You don't want to cry. You don't want anything. You just want to be left alone. He's just like these guys.
And I'll tell you what. For me, what would make it worse?
Yeah.
Is the fact that it's happened year after year after year after year. Like season after season, he's been given arguably the best car on the grid.
Yeah.
Sure, he's up against one of the greatest drivers of all time.
Yes.
But he's never consistently been up there with them, putting the results in. He's always had like sort of on days and off days, and he hasn't been really consistent. I think that's probably the most frustrating thing, not just for him, but for the team as well. He's just not the guy to keep the pressure up, which is, as we say, which is why now Red Bull is like 1 point behind Mercedes.
No, that is a good point for Bottas as well.
That's a good point.
Well, yeah, it's half a good point, really, because you can do that in Formula One. You do have to say to yourself, if you're at this level, it's also a bit on your part. Like, it's not just the team.
Yeah, absolutely.
And maybe you should have taken Giancarlo's sandwich out the fridge.
No, it is. And the thing for me is, if you look at,
like, I'm gonna show this guy.
Yeah, the thing is, for me, you look at guys like Perez for one. Terrible start to the season. He took a while, but now he's getting into it, and now he's becoming a little bit more consistent. Dan Ricciardo, and Perez and Ricciardo are both talented guys, as is Bottas. When Bottas was at Williams, everyone was like, this guy is a champion for the future.
Yeah.
And then, he stepped into Mercedes. But my point is that guys like Ricciardo and Perez are now stepping up. They've swapped teams, they're in new cars, and they're getting used to them, and they're now delivering results more consistently. And sure, it's only been, sort of one season. So we'll see what happens over the remaining season. But I don't think Bottas ever got that position where he was super comfortable with the car and maybe with the team.
Yeah.
Maybe there is that guy in the team who's like, don't make it easy for Valtteri no matter what. He stole my lunch or
whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And that is an important thing as well. Personality in everything is such an important thing. Like Lewis Hamilton, obviously alpha guy, is. There's also the possibility that Bottas, and I don't know this, it's tough to read guys, especially Formula One guys, can't see them, helmet. There's 3 layers on the thing. You just can't even look into his the window of his soul, which is the eyes, in case you didn't know that. He might be an alpha personality. So you can't have two alphas in the same thing. So he might be thinking he's an alpha and he's rolling like an alpha, but no.
People are like, nah.
My man, you're supposed to be 1A.
Chief, didn't you get the memo?
No, but it could be a thing, right? Like you're saying, everybody
Yeah.
at Williams who thought, wow, who's this? And then you come in and...
Yeah, and I think that maybe that's exactly it again. I mean, I've never met the guy, I don't know, but I certainly get the impression that when things go wrong for him, he's not like a Hamilton who just kind of puts it behind him and just gets on with it. It seems to linger a little bit longer than even guys like Norris. You know, when Norris has that shunt that he did in Spa
For a girl.
You know, the next weekend he's back there and he's flipping. You know, he's on form.
But I told you guys, that was all for a girl.
was that...
No, that was Russia where he went off the track.
Yeah, that's for a girl though.
I wonder if she DM'd him. Rika Swart says, Max was great yesterday. That late braking move. Now, that late braking move on the first corner was very brave. The guy is head and shoulders above the rest at the moment. Now, James, give us the what's it? The leaderboard for the points total for the season where everyone can get half points there. I mean, head and shoulders is a bit strong, isn't it? Lewis Hamilton might have something to say about that.
No, I think in terms of delivering the best drives on a weekend. I think he's showing that championship potential. And I don't want to say Lewis Hamilton is not, but certainly Verstappen seems to have the measure of Lewis. And is able to deliver when he needs to deliver, no matter the pressure. We saw it in the US, where Hamilton was catching, and Verstappen with like 3 laps to go. Everyone was like, oh, it's going to be so tight. And then Verstappen was like, oh, no, he's catching me. Let me just put in a little bit more. On tyres that were older, and he was, you know, obviously had the pressure from Hamilton, and he just pulled out that gap. And he seems to be able to just deliver a little bit more when it matters.
Do you know what it seems like with Verstappen? Everything is calculated. It's clinical. Like, the execution, like it's
awesome. Because, I mean, Lewis came out and said, I don't know if you saw the interview where he said, Verstappen's pace is phenomenal, but we move on. I mean, for Lewis Hamilton to be saying,
this guy has me.
With the speed.
Yeah, and he was. I saw that interview. I saw there was a bit of a subtle diss for heading Checo's way.
Yeah.
He was like, you know that when Checo's chasing you as hard as that, the car's fast.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, pal. give a bit of credit to Checo. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Verstappen, huh? Listen. Bottas needs to get it together because probably the head honchos are thinking, listen here, guys. We got to sell the storyline because you know the documentary is going to be lit at the end of the season if Max wins it.
Yeah.
But we need the jeopardy. We can't be having now, it's not close at all. Hamilton's getting beaten by this Wunderkind and now the conclusion. Because what you need, Bottas now probably needs to, I'm not saying he must take Max out.
Yeah, but he needs to be a team player.
He needs to...
Skullduggery.
Well, let me put it this way, right? After the season that he's had, there's 4 races to go, I think. So, you know, do you really care? He's got a contract for next year at Alpha. He's like, you know what? I've done what I try to do. I just want to do my 4 races and then get the hell out of here.
Be the hell out of here.
Because if I'm not here whether I'm here or I'm definitely not here next year, so I don't actually care.
Yeah.
You know,
he's checked out.
Yeah, to
mentally.
an extent, maybe. You know, to go, well, yeah.
That's a great point as well.
Unless there's some real incentive for him to help Mercedes hold on to that World Drivers title, the Constructors Championship, rather.
But that's a good point now because, you know, with these types of guys, generally with athletes, the only way to control them is money. There's also a possibility that he's checked out and you almost can't say anything to him, which is why the inconsistencies, he's just not putting it in anymore. It's like, I'm in the car, pay me my money and I'm going home, instead of, hey, what went wrong? What's the team plan?
He's serving notice.
He's checking. Like being and Spike. You'll know better than most. Is at this level, there is no half in here. There is no half in Formula One. No. You'd better be all
switched on.
Yeah, and I think the proof of that is the fact that he will go all out for pole position. Bottas will go there and he will try his damnedest to get pole position, and he gets. In the case of Mexico, he gets that pole. He's super happy about it. But in turn 1, he gets turned around, and that's his race over. And you know, he's probably like, screw it. Why? I'm just gonna. If I finish in the point score, if not, I don't really care.
Literally a Sunday drive.
I mean, he couldn't get past Ricciardo whose car was damaged. He just could not get past him.
But let's talk about that incident. I want to talk a little bit about that incident. It's because Danny Rick, again, in the mix.
He's everywhere. Danny Rick is always in something.
Wimbledon with David Beckham. Two big incidents this year.
Listen, I may not be the fastest guy, but trust me, they're going to talk about me.
But now, Spike, I mean, especially with salary caps, I mean, do you foresee drivers having to take more responsibility moving forward? Will teams put more pressure? Because could
Responsibility for what?
Like, can Danny do better there in terms of causing that crash?
I think probably yes. That's the short answer. The long answer is you don't want the guy going into. I mean, he had a phenomenal start.
Yeah.
You know, he qualified semi-decently, and he was in a very good position in that first turn. And the thing is, had it come off, he would have exited that corner P3 maybe.
Yeah.
And then everyone would have been, wow, the guy's a hero.
Got you.
He didn't. He caused the carnage. He screwed up his own race. He was a large part of the reason why McLaren have now lost third place to Ferrari in the Constructors' Championship. So on the one hand, yes, he should take more responsibility, but on the other hand, as a team manager, you don't want your guys going out there giving half measures and pulling back because, they might damage the front wing. And that's, we spoke about it a while ago, and the fact that if drivers now have the added pressure of looking after their cars and not going for overtakes because they fear they might, if I take off this front wing, I'm going to get the £500,000 bill for it.
Yeah.
Then, the guys are going to stop trying a little bit, and you don't want that. You want guys to carry on going.
No, you do.
So, you take responsibility for causing the incident, which he did. He came out afterwards, he said, he thought the hit was a lot harder than it was, but, he saw the replay, he apologized to Bottas, it was his fault, but it is what it is.
Danny Rick. Oh, man.
I like him. He's cool.
He is kind of cool. And he's also got the Italian thing going. I kind of like it.
Because I'm ridiculously good looking.
So, Verstappen, I mean, we're talking... He's a real guy, eh?
Guys, he's serious.
The real deal.
He's not big. He's giving Lewis sleepless nights.
Jesus, this guy's good.
Number 8 is here, but it's not.
And if you take it at face value, if you take the drivers and their kind of the way they talk to the press afterwards and their kind of general demeanors, if you take it at face value, for me, winning the world championship means less to Verstappen than losing the world championship does to Hamilton.
I hear what you're saying.
Hamilton, like he wants to win his 8th, obviously, but he wants to win the world championship. Verstappen's going, you know what? If I win, cool. If not, there's next year.
Yeah, well, there's 15 more years.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, how old is he?
So, he's 23.
Oh, there's 20 more years.
Yeah, and this is the thing, is I think maybe that's playing into, if you take it at face value and Verstappen doesn't really care.
Yeah.
Which I don't really
No,
think.
of course he cares.
I think he cares.
He thinks about it quite often.
Yeah. But I think that's probably playing into his hands as well. He's going, you know what? Yes, I would love to win.
Yeah.
But if not, I've got a long career ahead of me. Hamilton is going, I've only got like 2 or 3 more years.
Yeah.
I'm on the cusp of that 8th. I want that 8th. And, that's now playing into the way that they run their races. And maybe it's impacting Hamilton a little bit more than Verstappen.
He's probably got
That pressure.
Yeah, he's probably got like his Red Bull clogs, huh? Whenever he just goes home.
Why are you this person?
He's got a Red Bull
First
clogs.
it's the Salva Hayek.
Yeah. Just
Do you think one says red and the other one says bull?
Yeah.
So
no,
when he puts them on the table in front of him, it's just like Red Bull.
Yeah, yes.
Yes.
I'm a winner.
Give me a stroopwafel with my clogs.
Papa, I can't bought the gold.
He's
Bought the
Faja.
gold, Papa.
He's Faja.
Yeah, he's Faja, huh?
He's Faja.
His Faja's probably proud of him. Probably his Red Bull clogs as well.
Do you know his mum was a racer as well?
Really?
Yeah.
It's in the blood.
Don't ask me for details. I just know she was a racer. Jensen Button competed against her for a number of years. No, when they were kids. But she was a racer. Father Jos was a racer.
Yeah.
Nightclub brawler as well, but a racer.
Yeah. Probably kept him away from that lifestyle. That's why he's so disciplined. Because Dad's like, hey, put your clogs on, go
you
to
want to
bed.
try that? Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Do you know I went to jail for beating someone up?
Oh,
No.
Max's old man. Bit of a...
Jos Verstappen.
A breaker boy.
I caused a fight in a nightclub. Spent some time in jail.
That's going to happen. It's going to happen. That's how you raise the
That's
best driver in
that's
the
the
world.
competitive spirit.
That's exactly it. Speaking of competitive spirit, before we go to a break, a guy called Michael Schumacher, heard of him? Mm-hmm. Have you seen the Netflix doc?
I have, yeah.
And lukewarm.
Yeah, I think it.
God, I loved it.
It was a wonderful. It was a wonderful documentary about what an amazing talent he was, and what he did for the sport, and how he kind of brought himself up. And all those. It did showcase a lot of the good side of it, but I think they were a little bit too light on the controversies and the bad thing or the kind of non-sporting things that he did.
Yeah.
And for me, if you're going to do a documentary about someone like that, you have to show all sides, because it's not like that stuff is not documented somewhere.
Yeah.
So you need to present the full story.
That stuff.
What I really did enjoy about it is getting the opinions and the points of view and the stories from his family. I thought that was amazing.
His wife's excellent. She comes off so that like Roger Federer's wife. Like she's got the Also she's Eastern European though. Roger's wife. But you know when. She's like talking kind of soft, but you can see, that's not somebody you come and mess with.
Stone cold. But you've seen.
She's keeping it solid at home.
Well,
but have you seen Federer's wife? Federer's wife looks. Hey.
No. Listen, I've dabbled in the Eastern European.
She looks like she hits Roger up the side of the head, like, hey, tidy up.
Well, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, here's a little bit of trivia. If I'm not mistaken, Michael Schumacher's wife was Jacques Villeneuve's ex-girlfriend.
Oh,
my man!
I think.
No, but
I must double check that.
People do this. You swing the pendulum from lunacy to a German robot.
I see. But everybody...
Who are you describing as lunacy? Jacques Villeneuve?
Jacques Villeneuve.
Him and his bully. Was it his dad who's the...
No, you should talk about his dad with great reverence.
The firecracker.
His dad was incredible.
Because Villeneuve would come with the glasses like that as well. That attitude of his.
But he's Canadian.
No. That French Canadian.
Yeah,
By the way, I've been to Quebec. Canadians need to make this clear all the time. There's Canada and there's Quebec. Because the French, there's a little divide in Canada.
Yeah, I know. The French Canadians, they move different.
Yeah,
I met one once with my girlfriend. They
come with the sides.
They come with the sides. Yeah.
It's not just the burger. But Jacques Villeneuve's girlfriend, huh?
I must Google it.
But she came.
I had that in the back of my head.
But yeah, I have. Yeah, sure. Good.
Oh, that's when you cried. But that was also because Manchester United lost that weekend.
It got me
as well.
But look, it's everyone in Verstappen's family like drives, bro.
Yeah.
Like his dad, then his cousin once removed, then his mom was in karting. Yeah, it's just it's a lot.
Well, listen, part of I want to finish off on the Shumi thing, and there's no ways you guys can disagree with me here.
I disagree.
Mickey Hakkinen looks like a Bond villain. Did you see how he's set up and everything?
But the glasses,
are you joking?
Yeah.
Like, is he kidding me?
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
He's probably in this James Bond.
Does he not look like?
That's what I was trying to say. I was like, no man, I've seen this guy somewhere. You hit the nail.
Honestly,
we need to find out if he's got a cat.
Number one, like a nude cat that's been shaved.
Or like
also sharks swimming in a tank downstairs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I was like, no man, this guy, there's some.
Even his glasses are that.
It's the glasses that you know, like this guy. This guy's got villain tendencies.
You know what I mean?
Probably hangs out with Dr. Evil.
So I'm just saying.
I'm just waiting for Christopher Waltz to come out
and seal the deal. Oh my god! All right, we're coming back.
Bond. I was waiting for something to we've got Bond.
That's awesome. Tracy Bard says, like Ricky Bobby said in Talladega Nights, if you ain't first, you're last.
Shake and bake.
Waffles and cocaine. Waffles and cocaine.
Baby
Great.
Jesus, 8 ounces. Walker and Texas
Ricky
Ranger.
Bobby.
Ricky Bobby.
Sacha Baron Cohen.
You guys are silly.
Sacha Baron Cohen is one of the most insane humans to ever live.
That guy's unstable. Ricky Bobby, Formula 1.
Break it, Pepe Le Pew. I'm going to break. He's literally broken my arm.
Imagine being on that set.
My favorite is when Carl or whatever, the second guy, is like, all right, should we do it? All right, yeah, let him break it. No, we don't. All right.
You're actually
Talladega Nights, Tracy Bond.
Serious about anything.
That's an all-timer. Mickey Hakkinen, possibly
we've got Bond.
a Bond villain, possibly not. I mean, just incredible scenes. If you haven't seen the documentary, just
Oh,
incredible scenes. All right, on the other side, we'll keep talking about Mexico. It's the MKT Show.
Oh my goodness.
You're still doing something you chose to do, which I think is a fair way to bring back a show.
Which is correct.
Yeah, you made this call, and if you're with us, please click like on YouTube, or if you don't like the show, click dislike. But do one of the two. Don't just don't burn your vote, as they say. You know,
Spoil your vote.
Spoil your vote. Don't burn anything, please. Arson, both Wenger and the actual act of arson, not really a good thing at the moment. Jesse Randolph says, I agree with Senzo. Those guys from Johannesburg don't even qualify as coloured in my book. All right, now that's... I have to presume at this stage that Jesse Randolph is coloured himself.
Yeah, he is.
How do you know? Is he a mate of yours?
No, I've seen his photo on thing.
Oh, okay. So, so Jesse's saying they're not welcome in the community, huh?
They can't sit with us.
Yes, I mean it's the Joburg guys are a little different, sort of. AKA you go to St. John's.
Yeah.
It's not exactly. Okay, no, fair enough. Hey, I'm not getting. No comment on that one. I mean, no comment is a comment. But Wilkenkos, he says, did City not score more because they didn't want to, or because they lack a quality finisher? I think Manzwelo.
Nah, yeah.
Because why? Yeah,
they stopped playing.
Why drive the car in fifth gear when you can just
coast?
Cruise control, right?
Yeah.
Third gear, relax, maybe even have a picnic. You know what I mean?
Also training, boys. Don't do anything silly.
Yeah, we don't need it. Grealish, relax. Those calves need...
Relax, boy. Relax.
Yeah, because they could have seriously hurt you.
They could have.
Two broke you, and then it was...
Yeah, two you knew the game was won.
Yeah, Pep Guardiola.
Just go enjoy yourselves, boys.
Yondandiki will take one more comment. Yondandiki says, it was a penalty, guys. He was pulled backwards on his neck. Illegal in rugby. Chiefs must be bought and get proper players. Sundowns is not the best. They just bought all the players that can play. Now, people have been saying that. How long have Sundowns been rocking?
Dog, Sundowns are
10 years?
about to win like their 5th straight league or
That's
something
what I'm saying.
like that.
These are those are Man United tendencies. You have to get out of, guys. Like Microsoft can't keep saying we're the best. Apple on town now.
But dude, we're the worst run. Dude, we are the worst run club in England right now.
Man United,
We're a joke.
worse than Chiefs.
Well, they've got Bobby. Bobby moves different.
Yeah, Bobby's.
Bobby moves different.
So many
Do you know that guy bought players before he had a manager? What if the manager says, I don't want these guys? What are these guys doing? I don't want these guys.
I saw him at a restaurant. Just
I also saw him. He's scary though.
he's got that thing, you know.
You're not Suge Knight. Seriously. No, seriously, you're not Suge Knight.
All right. Well, I mean, listen, his father, one of the greatest South Africans to ever live, no matter what you may think of him. Speaking of a great human being, are they going to rename the track in Mexico? Here's what we do. I don't know what knighthood in Mexico is, but at this stage, just give it to Max now. Like, let's stop wasting time.
Why do you want to give it to Max?
What's okay? Give him the whatever the big sombrero award is.
I knew you were going to say something about a sombrero.
Oh.
Why is that?
But why? Why do you want to give it to Max?
What was that? His second or third win? Third win
In Mexico, yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah,
Fine.
but
Name a tequila off there.
Just call it Verstappen racetrack or whatever, or take it to the max, or let's do something clever.
wow.
Do you think Checo Perez is having it?
What's max? Checo Perez, maybe have you ever been in contention for the title? Get the hell out of here. We're not interested in that. I've won 3. Has Checo ever won even his own
home Grand Prix?
I've got 3 times. I'm still I can barely drive in my own country. I've Mac 23. I've won it 3 times, Chief. So Perez, come on now, relax. I'm the guy here. What is that? I'm the captain now.
I'm the captain.
I'm El Capitano now.
El Capitan.
I speak Spanish. So, I mean, 3rd win in a row. Or no, 3rd win in
Mexico.
In
yeah.
Mexico. I mean, this guy.
The tequila definitely was out here.
No, but Spike, come on. Are we considering it at this stage? Let's just call it, take it to the max, or do something clever with the track. Let's not waste time. Now, this guy's he's going to win like 8, 9.
No, you can't do that. I mean, it's already got a name. You can't just take it away from Hermanos Rodriguez, who was named after in the first place.
Hermano means brother, doesn't it?
Hermanos.
Yeah,
The Rodriguez brothers. Possibly.
Yeah.
Wrong Rodriguez. Those Rodriguez brothers, they're the wrong guys.
The wrong guys. But so that's what it's called now. Listen, Checo having the time of his life, quite right. I mean, but he is phenomenal. 3 times in Mexico.
3-peat, boy.
3.
Yeah, it's a great achievement. There's no doubt. But it's, I don't know. I think you've got to. I'm trying to think what circuit guys like Hamilton have won it sort of 5, 6, 7 times. You know, there's bigger records than 3 at the same circuit.
But he's 20. What? 20?
23.
Spike,
Write
he's
it
going to
down.
win 10 times.
No, sure. And when he didn't win it 10 times, then you can call it the Max Verstappen
I don't know.
Autodrome. Yeah. Autodromo Max Verstappen.
Let's just paint it orange. Forget about what
There's a good compromise. There's a good compromise.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Paint the inner...
Should have won clogs and a sombrero yesterday. On the podium.
Listen, that podium at that circuit
Let's
is
talk about it.
unbelievable. The best one on the... Yeah. I mean, we've yet to see what Qatar and Saudi have got to deliver in terms of podium. Oh. But to have that car rising from the ground up to the actual podium, and then there's old Max posing on the front wheel, was spectacular. Spectacular.
I haven't seen...
And I think that if Qatar or Saudi don't have something similar, they've both looked at that and gone, oh, shit, they're going to build something better.
Man.
They can't be...
What do they give each other juice?
No, but I mean, it's hey, listen, these guys cannot afford to be drinking anyway before the event. It's probably just, non-alcoholic champers there. But you can be... I mean, have you seen what they do for the golf?
Yeah, exactly.
What's it called? The Dubai...
Classic.
The end of year classic, whatever that one
trophy,
is.
That obnoxious trophy.
Are you joking? Ooh. They've seen this now. They go...
Yeah.
We'll see you.
Yeah.
We'll see
hold my beer.
Hold my fruit juice.
Yeah.
No, that's going to be... You've made such a great point now. Forget about Mexico. They are going to bury Mexico. Because they're probably going to... Saudi's going to actually come to Qatar and say, all right, let's stop. Let's put a moratorium. We understand with the whole TV thing. Okay, fine. Now, here's what you're gonna do. Here's the 100 million just for the podium. Set up the finale. Set up the finale. You know what I mean? Yeah, Jimbo, what's going on there?
Did you guys see the trophy that Valtteri Bottas got for qualifying first?
No.
I am definitely finding a photo of it. It's an old school helmet thing that looks very elaborate for a trophy, and I just thought you guys need
Get
to
the
see
graphic,
it.
boy.
That's what I'm gonna do. I just
No.
wanted to see if you guys
Normally
see it.
they get a miniature tire.
Yeah. This time he got like a really old-fashioned pilot's helmet type.
Oh
vibe
wow!
thing.
Old racing helmet.
Yeah.
Oh, like those leather ones.
Yo,
Yeah. I'll
superb.
show you. I'll
Maybe it
find the
belongs to one of
graphic
the
and bring
Rodriguez
it up.
brothers.
Maybe the hermanos.
Yeah.
I believe it's the hermanos. Yeah, that is the brothers.
Ricardo and Pedro.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
So why is it called Rodriguez track? Or who's this?
It's named after Ricardo and Pedro Rodriguez.
But who are they? Who
They
are these
were-
Rodriguez are?
They were racing drivers.
Are they any good? Have they won 3 times at the age of 23?
Come on.
No, but these are the questions we got to ask. I mean, we got a guy now from Holland. He's wearing clogs, like Senzo said. Maybe we throw a sombrero.
No, they didn't, because Ricardo's brother Pedro lost his life behind the wheel.
Gee.
So it's a sentimental one. It does mean something. I mean, they belong to the country. Maybe, maybe good enough to keep it. Yeah. Maybe they were the first big Mexican drivers ever. Maybe I should have thought of that.
They were probably the ones who put Mexico on the racing driving map.
Probably. Yeah. Probably a good idea to keep it then.
But we're focusing on Max a little bit too much because Checo is the first Mexican driver to score a podium in Mexico. So that's a massive achievement as well. I still don't think he deserved driver of the day. Again, there was a lot of sentimentality there.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, he won. He was on the podium. If he was
He's
the
at
driver,
home.
he should have. No, he lives in Guadalajara. He doesn't live in Mexico.
Yeah,
so-
that's
No.
please. That's
No.
Mexicist.
No.
He's at home as in Mexico.
No,
He's
you're being
somewhere.
Mexicist now.
Yeah.
Don't be Mexicist.
Not everyone's from Mexico City.
Not everybody's a hermano,
Hermano.
except the Rodriguez hermanos, of course, who the track is named after. Because
Sorry, Checo.
yeah, Checo.
Yeah,
From
sorry.
Guadalajara.
Yeah. What's sorry in Afrikaans?
Jammer.
I mean,
Jammer.
Afrikaans. I mean, Spanish. We got to know that. We should have known that. And I know it's easy. We're gonna hate ourselves when we do know it. Yeah, I mean, that's what we should say. That's what we should say. So, what are you thinking? He needs some credit.
Who? Checo?
Yeah.
I think he needs some credit for being the first Mexican driver to finish on the podium in Mexico, rather than banging on about Max finishing 3 times at the same circuit or winning 3 times at the same circuit.
Are we winning or not? Are we?
Arrepentido.
Arrepentido.
Yeah, that's exactly what we should say. But Spike, what are we doing? Are we winning or are we doing
I'm just saying.
participation?
I'm just saying that.
What are we at Montessori?
All I'm saying is that it's a team sport.
Yeah.
I'll say it again. Red Bull are just 1 point behind Mercedes in the Constructors' Championship. Part of the reason is because guys like Checo finish on the podium,
got
and he
you.
finished on the podium in Mexico as a Mexican, the first Mexican to finish on the podium in Mexico.
No, shout out to shout out.
I'm not saying give him all the credit. I'm saying
Give him some credit.
Give him some credit.
He's one of the hermanos. Ferrari are in the mix again.
wow.
But are we looking like? Let's also let's bring it back down, because I know the excitement. As soon as Scuderia are in the mix, people it rekindles flames. You know what I mean? We remember what's
Stirs
going
up
on.
the emotions.
In reality, what are we looking at here? Are they on the way back, or is it just Lewis and the boy? Well, Bottas and the boys.
I think again, this is all. The caveat to this is that it all changes next season. Next season is a big unknown. Everybody's got a new car, new concept. So for now, it does look like Ferrari are on the upward trajectory. They've been chasing. They lost out last year. McLaren finished 3rd in the constructors last year. Ferrari have chased them down to the end of the season. Towards the end of the season, they're now ahead and they're in 3rd place, and that's a great traditional rivalry. McLaren and Ferrari. So it's great to see that reignited. As a McLaren fan, I'm kind of sad that it's gone Ferrari's way.
Yeah.
Where we end up at the end of the year, there is kind of there's like a kind of consideration that the rest of the tracks of the season will suit the Ferrari a bit better than the McLaren.
Yeah.
But Ferrari and McLaren are both being a little bit kind of, oh well, we don't know. They're kind of saying, well, we'll see how it goes. We're not sure how our cars will go at those circuits, but it's going to be tight. At the very least, I hope it's tight, and I hope Ricciardo makes fewer errors.
Yeah. Stop crashing into it, bro.
Yeah, exactly, and just
Tasmanian devil.
bring a bit more consistency into it, so you can get those. You can qualify a bit better, so you can finish a bit higher, so we can bring the fight, so we can have 4 cars fighting each other.
Yeah.
Because it's not something we're seeing a lot of in the intra-team battle. I mean, certainly not between Mercedes and Red Bull. We spoke about it earlier, how Lewis is out there doing it by himself. Not when it comes to guys like AlphaTauri and Alpine, where basically, essentially, it's Gasly versus Alonso.
Yeah.
Ocon is there and thereabouts. Tsunoda is kind of not really there that often. So it's nice to see a proper intra-team battle, two cars battling two cars.
And speaking of that, as I was thinking of the constructors, is that why is that such a big thing? Why do they even have the constructors?
Money.
It's the moolah,
money. That's what the TV rights get paid out of. So there's a TV revenue for Formula One that goes into a big pot, and at the end of the year they divvy it up between the teams on a weighted scale for the points that you score. The reasoning being, I suppose, that if you're the bigger team, you have more fans, more people watching it. So yeah, I don't believe in that scale, and I might be wrong on that. But the point is that if you score points as a constructor, you get a part of the TV money. So far this season, the only team that's not getting money at the end of the season is Haas. Everyone else is getting money.
Because they're has-beens. Has-beens.
That took a while.
Eh?
Nice.
Let's go, Jimbo. Let's go.
Sorry, before you move on.
Yeah.
I have a graphic.
All right, no, good.
Ooh.
Let's hope it's
Let's
not
see
nudity.
Is it the helmet you were talking about?
It is.
Okay, good,
It is.
sure.
And one of the viewers, Rickus, says it was given. It was a certified replica of the helmet with which Fangio secured his first world title.
Fangio. But he's an Argentinian.
Oh, I was going to say Vic Fangio.
Look
No,
at
he's
that.
the coach in the NFL.
That is beautiful, man.
Hey, that is awesome.
That is beautiful.
The Fangio Award is incredible. Now, that is a trophy. Oh, my goodness gracious.
Rickus also says it was given away by Sir Jackie Stewart to celebrate the 70th anniversary of Fangio's first world title.
Jackie Stewart's one of the coolest people.
He's the man, bro.
Well, he's Scottish. It's a given.
All right,
wow.
now there's... Okay,
Wow.
okay.
Wow.
Hey,
Wow.
get Spike Valentine. Now, here's a man.
He's a man.
Who's brother? That's how Scottish people say. "Arr."
He's bruv.
Sound like revving a
Bro,
car.
do you know what I keep thinking? Like, imagine, like, you can barely hear what Sir Alex Ferguson's saying. Imagine when he's drunk, bro.
No, then he speaks perfectly.
Normally, yeah. Probably.
The boys are a great character.
And also, Fergie's one's kind of diluted. I mean, when you go to Glasgow,
Glaswegians, yo.
it honestly, to me, it's like, jeez, like, you kiss a mother with that mouth. It's so hectic.
But this, I think the thing about the Scottish accent, if you're not, it doesn't matter if you're in Glasgow or Edinburgh. I mean, I took a cab from the airport to my hotel in Edinburgh, and on the way in, I'd read on the plane that there was some tram issue and the taxi drivers were fighting with the city council. So, like, I thought I'd be like friendly and ask my cab driver, so what's going on what's your opinion on this tram?
Yeah.
The ride was 15 minutes long. I just sat in the back going, oh wow, yeah. I didn't understand a word. I couldn't understand him at all. And I was going, oh yeah, no, cool, oh right, oh yes, oh.
The only part I generally understood, like whenever I was in that whole mix, was I.
Yes.
Every now and then they say I while they're talking, by the way.
Yes.
I have not responded. I. No,
It's like my friend's granddad, like he's like from Scotland properly. And the one time he was speaking to me and I was just like, I just nodded, but I didn't hear.
Yeah.
Because it's a hectic experience.
It is, eh?
Like, I don't think they know.
No, I think they do. They're so used to they just talk anyway.
They just talk over us, huh?
No, they don't talk over you. They just carry on talking. Even though at some point they're talking to you, telling you something, and at some point they can see your reaction, and they're just going, this person has no idea, they can't understand me, but I'm going to carry on talking anyway. Because it's a lot less awkward than going, you don't understand me, do you? Because then you wouldn't understand that he's saying, you don't understand me, do you? You just be like, yes, yeah,
That's a great self-preservation on the Scottish side. Nico Kritzinger says, what is Mazepin's tally these days, James?
James, what is it?
I have it prepped.
Ready,
because we haven't done this since we were in the old studio.
all right. Well,
Wow,
Mazepin
it must be high up there.
Oh yeah, no, the list has gotten a lot longer. So it's obviously gone through FP 1, 2, 3, Q1, Q2, sprints, races, and then all of that totaled
nice.
for every.
No, we just need the end result. I
I wasn't going to read. I'm bad at numbers. I swear I go dyslexic. Anyway.
Yeah, it shows. Yeah.
So total spins this season so far. 21.5. I don't know how you do half a spin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, how do you half a spin?
No, but if you can get half points,
Then you can have half a spin.
Well, it says here in Turkey he did half a spin somehow.
That's 1.3 spins every event.
My man.
and that's not a
That's
ridiculous
his signature.
thing to say in Formula
No,
One,
yeah.
because you can get half a point, 1.3 spins.
No, that's his thing.
Spinning.
21 and a half spins in a season.
Yeah, that's mental. Come on, dude.
So he took the saying, I'm going for a spin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, his wife probably can't trust him to go get a loaf of bread.
You'd
Say,
swear he had a license to drive and stuff.
Mika Häkkinen has a license to kill because
That's his arch.
you can't keep a good man down which is a saying. You also can't keep a good woman down. You also can't also a good recipe can't be kept down. So anything good, really, you can't keep it down. So there's that. We're struggling with load shedding in this country of ours, this fine country of the Republic of South Africa. But we move on. Let's move on to something I've always said about Americans. They are excellent at making things famous. Like, put it somewhere, make it famous. You're going to love it. We're going to shove it down your throat. And if you don't like it,
Fly over it again.
We'll play it on the radio the whole time. So you do eventually give up and you'll like it.
And then also, once it's been famous for a period of time, we'll let it lie for a bit, and then we'll bring it back and make it famous again, like The Sopranos. Sopranos is a thing now again, apparently.
Tony Soprano.
Is it back?
It's back.
Understandably.
Tony Sopranos.
Now, Natalie Portman, that's somebody who you support. I'd chuck her out. James Gandolfini, are you joking?
R.I.P. man.
R.I.P. Jimbo. Not our James.
Yeah,
No,
James,
he's okay.
Unlike James Gandolfino, our James is going to be a human wrecking ball soon. He's working out. He's lost 7 kilograms. By the way, Spike, not sure if you knew that. James has lost 7 kilograms from exercise. Not stress or
drugs
relationship problems or drugs.
Okay,
James, are you taking drugs? Actually, sorry, that's...
Or how many drugs are you taking?
Yeah, and if you are...
What are you taking?
This is probably the time for us to intervene.
I'm high on life.
Oh, wow.
Geez.
What a terrible answer. Natalie Portman would probably answer that way. Liberty Media, they are doing all of the things, right, Spike, in terms of branding, in terms of Americanisms, in terms of being the guys.
It's wonderful. I mean, and I know we bang on about this regularly, about how they're just creating this show and how they're making it accessible and how they're just amping up the sport. But for me, one of the great details of what makes them so good came up this past weekend. There was a shot, I don't know if you saw that Checo Perez's dad was in the pits.
I saw that on social media.
And they kept cutting to him, watching the race, after the race. But there was one shot in the race where they cut to Checo Perez Sr. in the pit garage watching the race, wearing a face mask with Rolls-Royce branding. And I was like, wow, that's interesting. And probably 10 minutes later, another shot of Checo Perez's dad standing in the pits watching the race with a face mask, no Rolls-Royce branding. So someone saw that on TV and was like, get that guy another face mask. Rolls-Royce has got nothing to do with us.
Yeah.
Get it out of there.
And also, he might have got $1 million.
Yeah, for wearing the
Rolls-Royce might have said, hey,
wear this. Yeah.
are you Perez Senior?
Yeah.
Because that cost
Chuck it on your face. Yeah.
That's awesome.
But the fact that they got him to change his face mask, even though there was no guarantee he'd be back on TV or whatever, and it was one shot and one Rolls-Royce exposure, and then that was enough for Liberty. No, change it. Get him a generic.
Somebody gets it. See, somebody inside Liberty
but
Media.
That's my point. It's the details, and they understand it. Yeah, it's wonderful.
Give them all the money. Whatever Liberty Media, whatever the next round of funding for Formula, give them.
They deserve it. They deserve it.
Formula One. I mean, listen, and the Shumi documentary coming out now. It's not a mistake. They're doing something. These guys, I'm telling you, they're turning it into a show, and Americans get it. I wish more of the world.
Fangio, that's who they should do a show about. 5-time champion.
Yeah, for first 5-timer.
I got a trophy. I mean, maybe. What next? Wait for Verstappen to win for a 5th time, then rename the trophy, and then Fangio Verstappen documentary.
No, it's too they got nothing to do with each other. You wouldn't be able to sell that to Netflix.
All right, we're off to what is now, as us racing aficionados know, is it's no longer the Brazil GP, it's the Sao Paulo GP. I was reading. So
in
we're
Brazil.
off to. You been to Sao Paulo? You been to Brazil?
No, I have. I've been to a very, very brief trip on my way back from Chile. We had a stupid layover in Brazil, so we took an expensive taxi ride from literally one side of Sao Paulo to the other. Sao Paulo is it's massive. It's a huge, huge city.
It's big.
We drove an hour and a half one side of Sao Paulo to the other to go visit Ayrton Senna's grave. And we had enough time to drive there, see the grave, drive back, go to sleep and fly out the next day. So
wow.
I have been to Sao Paulo, but not really.
Yeah. So that's where we are next, huh?
That's where we are next. And it's the last of the sprint qualifying events for the year. which should bring about some excitement. And I'm very interested to see what goes on, because it's not a track that Mercedes or Lewis Hamilton like particularly. They haven't gone particularly well there. Red Bull has got the third most consecutive wins at that circuit. So, and when it comes to total wins, Hamilton 2, Verstappen's just got the 1. But if you look at the drive like Verstappen's 2016 drive in the wet, you'll understand why he likes the track so much. Do yourself a favor, go onto YouTube, find that drive. There's lots of onboards, there's lots of footage about it, but it's just phenomenal to see how that guy can drive in the wet. There might be a bit of rain this weekend. The forecast is looking there or thereabouts for a bit of rain, which would make it even more interesting. I'm expecting a Red Bull and a Verstappen win. And there's also the talk that Mercedes might be taking an engine penalty for Hamilton, which will see him starting further down. And the reason they're doing that is because it is a circuit you can overtake at. So they're kind of hedging their bets that this is the place to do it. Lewis will be able to make up the points. But I'm expecting the gap at the top to widen slightly, and possibly, depending on how good a weekend or not Valtteri Bottas has, for Red Bull to take number 1 in the Constructors' Championship.
Oh, a double dagger to the heart.
Wow, it's going to be good.
Lewis Hamilton will be fine though. He'll still avoid
he'll be
tax,
fine. He'll
go
be
to his
fine.
yacht and go, blind.
Blimey.
I don't think he has a yacht. I know he's got a plane.
Ah,
Well,
how does it, what?
He'll just fly to somewhere where there is a yacht.
Do you think he has a helicopter?
the chopper. Get the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
Like Arnold. I got to get to the chopper. That's awesome, the Governator.
Covenant.
That's awesome. Lewis Hamilton, like, listen, now, let's make of it, like, Lewis, I'm talking directly to you now. If you don't have a helicopter, get one so that you can say, I got to get to the chopper.
With Toto Wolff.
No, it's not going to go down well, because he's going to say, get to the chopper. And Toto Wolff's going to be like, are you mocking me?
Oh, you just gotta love it, man.
That's wonderful.
Get to the chopper. Spike Valentine, great stuff. Senzo, good stuff.
You're a lunatic.
Oh man, you just gotta love it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, remember, if you're with us for the first time, welcome to the MKT Show and indeed Cliff Central Sport. Please click like on YouTube if you're with us. Otherwise, like, share, subscribe as well if you're here. Hit the button, leave your comments below. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the MKT Show. But we are the hell out of here.